Dallas Cowboys lost 34-6 to the Philadelphia Eagles, but the sun was in their eyes. They went 17 of 29 for 49 yards passing. The Houston Texans blew a second half after a nice first half, losing 26-23 on a last-second field goal. The University of Texas is now number 3 in the AP poll after winning 49-17 over the University of Florida. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Veterans Day. As the Morning Huddle, our salute to service. Why isn't can we turn Rob's mic up? Let's let Rob be on the show. There we go. Come on in, Rob.
I'm here.
That's Rob Thompson, everybody.
What was going on there? Yeah, I hope all you veterans are in bed listening to this comfortably on your day off.
I wish that were the case.
But we are here to serve. That's
we
what
do. We do more before 6 a.m. than some people do after 6 a.m.
I'll tell you what, in the Texas Air National Guard, we got a lot done in between 6 and 8.
Breakfast.
Some of the best dreams I had. Right about then. Right
Great
before our
meal.
before we got that catered breakfast every morning.
We had an omelet guy.
Yeah.
An omelet station.
We did. We normally it was one of the Marine cooks came over and cooked for us.
What's funny is we would go over to on for those who were unindoctrinated on an Army base. There's like I was in an infantry unit, and we had a decent chow hall, but aviation unit down the road,
really better,
elite. So after we did PT, we'd cruise over there, and because they had like the omelet stage, you could order it whatever you wanted. They put blueberries in your pancakes. I mean, it was like
I was actually kind of joking.
Oh, not me.
The
man.
only time I've ever served with other branches, it was when I was in tech school, and my tech school was in a base that no longer exists, Chanute Air Force Base. It was in Urbana, Illinois. And I served with Marines and Navy types for the training we were doing on munitions. And our chow hall was pretty damn good. And
yeah, I bet it was.
But it wasn't staffed by, I didn't think it was an Air Force chow hall. I don't know what it was, but I felt like it was better there because I had just come from basic training and at Lackland, and while it was okay, it wasn't. And the food there I thought was spectacular. And I always assumed it was Marine food, like it was the Marine cooks.
Now, I will say, like my infantry brigade, there was 3 infantry brigades on Fort Campbell. Mine had, at the time, I don't know what it looks like now, but mine was the most modernized. Like they'd been the most recently updated. We had the best chow hall of the 3 infantry units. But infantry chow halls.
But I'd always heard that you guys traveled on your stomachs, that the food was actually pretty good. I mean, other than what was in boxes and MREs.
Dude, yeah, it ain't bad. Yeah. It ain't bad, but it ain't aviation food. I can tell you that much.
Well, it's Air Force.
It was worth the trip, baby. Worth the trip every time. Yeah, so happy Veterans Day to those of you out there. We appreciate all your service. You all right in there? Your lung fell out.
I'll tell you what. Thanks to the VA as well.
Yeah. Now, Rob has canceled our Veterans Day meal.
I'm going to be down with 149th hanging out.
All right. Well, rain check, I guess.
Wow. Well,
it's just, I guess we'll do Veterans Day, get our half-off meal next year.
And, this other thing is, I didn't look, and I probably would have been frustrated if I tried. I don't have my separation paper. I gotta find them. Only time I used them to buy a house at some point. I can't remember the last time I needed them, but I've been informed that I have some benefits that I need to be taking advantage of.
You guys both need to just go to the VA and get one of those cards.
Yeah, I need to go do that. I legit need to go do that.
And it's so much easier than carrying around your paperwork with you. It's just an ID card.
And I ran into a guy that was part of the, because I'm guard, I have a little bit different set of rules. I don't know all of them. But he told me about all the stuff that's out there for me. Yeah. There's some more school money because of Texas and all this other kind of things that I feel like anybody in the Brigade Bar knows any of this stuff. Speak up. Tell me where to go. Tell any of the other prior service types.
Rob has decided to go back to school after 6 months of working with me. He said, I've got to reconsider my career. I got to get the hell out of here.
I'm looking at I'm going to start coding.
I'm going to be a school teacher, anything but this.
I did go online and request a copy of my DD 214.
Oh, you did?
I can't find it.
So how did you do that? Through like va.org or something? Is that how you
go
went?
online. I just Google searched it and put in my address, everything. So
put in when you served and your social?
Yeah, actually just my social.
Okay.
That's all it took.
The key, yeah.
That's how they find you. So I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks?
But I always found it odd that I had a social and then I had a different service number. That wasn't my social. And I always wondered why I had two numbers.
I don't know why either. Maybe it's because you're really old.
Well, maybe. I'm back. When I joined, we didn't have computers.
Rob didn't have a last 4 of his social. Rob's old enough. He only has a last 3.
I had 3.
They didn't go that high yet.
I was 999.
Thompson 942.
942.
Like,
yeah, there you go.
No, that's it. That's
your
all.
last 4, please.
That is the last 4.
942. Just leave the last one blank.
I don't have 4.
Just like the phone numbers before area codes. You know,
AR596.
Yeah.
No, that I'm not that old.
942A. I don't know.
I do remember when I was a kid going up to my grandparents in Oklahoma, and it was a party line, and you could just pick up the phone and listen to the neighbors on the phone.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow.
And as an 8-year-old, that was pretty intense. But that's about
that was
as
high
old.
tech back then.
This is.
Is that where you had to put one piece to your ear and talk into the
all
other?
I remember
and then you got
was
to turn it.
Yeah.
my the phone.
Can you connect me to Carl?
Legit, I think that's how their phone was.
He lives on B Street.
But the phone, the phone handle, the piece, weighed about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
It was made out of steel.
Yeah.
You could kill somebody.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
you could probably kill somebody.
Well, that was a personal security back then.
Man. You take them out with your phone. Now they were one step away from the crank, but I remember being able to listen to your neighbors on the phone. Just pick it up the phone at any point. You had to
What were
wait
they
till
talking about?
I don't know, but Mabel.
I got a cow out
Mabel.
on the road.
She takes liquor. You know Mabel.
Mabel.
She takes some.
She goes for liquor.
She's the type after church.
She goes for whiskey.
And her potluck, those potatoes were not cooked.
You couldn't even mash them all
Those
the
potatoes
way.
were not good. She takes the liquor.
She could use some salt.
Or
Maybe if she didn't use all the salt in her margaritas, she could have put some in them taters.
her oldest boy was horse kicked. Poor boy.
Oh.
Poor boy. Never
He
was
ain't
right.
never
again.
been right.
Never was right. Maybe that's why she
Yeah.
touches the liquor.
He's slow even for Oklahoma slow.
That's the conversation. That was it.
Well.
Better than football.
Yeah, so again, I might have to just go by myself to go get some sort of Veterans Day action because
I'm sure every restaurant's got some kind of gig,
I used
right?
to go to Luby's.
No, does Luby's exist anymore?
I think there's one left.
I'll be honest, like even if
would go there.
Luby's was like, "Hey, we got a free meal for you," I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good, man."
Oh, but but I have to. I mean, being diabetic, that's kind of perfect for me.
Luby's is perfect for you,
Yeah.
It's still open. Let's see locations. I don't want to.
dude. The meal we had planned was perfect for you.
crap
It's
I know
just
it was.
meat.
It's just meat. That's all I need. But
Yeah. There's some in San Antonio. That can't be all.
man.
That list can't be all in San Antonio. That's got to be all that are left in
all
the
over
world.
Texas. Houston's got the lion's share, but there's, according to this, 4, 5.
Ugh.
I don't know. There was one on Walsham.
I don't
got
remember the
one on
last time I
Floyd
went to
Curl.
Luby's.
One on Fredericksburg, one on North Main. Yeah, that's the one I thought. Southeast Military and 1604 West.
Honestly-
Always get the fish and the vegetables.
The Luann with the fish, baby.
Yeah, man, it was good.
You know what? My career earnings are enough that I don't have to go to Luby's ever again.
I know.
That's my goal.
That was my delicacy.
But there's something about every now and then. You got to go to a cafeteria just so you could get like a piece of pie that you would never eat.
My
You know, that you would never get anywhere else. So you see it, I'm going to try this.
my youngest son, for his birthday every year, we always say, like, where do you want to go eat? Your dealer's choice. And, the last few years we've been living in Las Vegas, and for my older son, we've had some
that's some high-end stuff.
we've had some good meals.
Yeah, you got access to things that most teenagers don't.
This last year, my son's like, Golden Corral.
The Golden Trough?
I said, Golden Corral? Are you kidding? He's like, yeah.
The chocolate fountain.
And he's like, we've never been to Golden Corral. And I said, yeah, son, because I work really hard, so you never have to eat at Golden Corral.
Well, it has its place. I'm not going to completely blow up Golden Trough.
Oh, he ate there, and he was so happy. Like, he was
and if you'd like to sponsor
he
this
did the lay back and, like, rub his stomach after, like, oh.
There's something about taking a teenage boy to an all-you-can-eat. Yeah, go back and get some more.
Oh, he's like.
Just stuff it in there,
I'm
boy.
so full, but I didn't get any of the pizza. I feel like I should try their pizza, too.
I think you should go get some pizza. I want you to be like a horse. I want you to eat until you're sick.
Have at it, son. Go for it. And he did.
That's why you go to Fogo de Chao as an adult.
Yeah.
It's the same principle.
Yeah, you guys have really ruined my Veterans Day.
Total meat sweats.
You guys have totally ruined my Veterans Day.
Think of what it would do to your digestive system if you imbibed about 1 o'clock today, you ate about a pound of beef.
Would probably not go to the Spurs game tonight.
God, it would put me underground. And it would be delicious, and I'd enjoy every bite.
A pound?
Well, I mean.
What, am I, a rookie?
Yeah, that's true. What am I saying? So you're going to skip the bread?
I don't, I don't mess with any of that junk there.
See, the problem is, Fogo's got a pretty hellacious salad bar.
They do.
And I know you're not supposed to do that, but I love a good salad bar.
You know what else they got? They got good scallop potatoes. But
do.
You know what?
I like that stuff. And as I've aged,
had them once.
I've eaten more of the other stuff and less of the beef, even though I'm there for the beef. But I do appreciate a good salad bar. I will eat less meat for a fine dressing.
Cow and lamb. That's all that gets it from me.
And the lamb, by the way, is one of the few places you go and you're like, man, this is spectacular.
I'll also eat, if they've got them, the grilled shrimp. I'll do that. But chicken, sausage, no,
for
man.
Lightweights, for amateurs.
No, that your bang for the buck ain't there.
I agree. No, I'm doing it wrong, but I'm growing in my age, appreciating the salad bar more than I should.
Artichoke hearts.
See,
you're not getting your value.
A good artichoke heart.
You're not getting your value.
I know. But
by the way, what happens to the rest of the artichoke?
I don't. It's just chaff.
It's just wasted, huh?
We use it to make I don't know.
It's like your chicken feed's made out of it. I don't know.
Probably it's probably ground up in dog food.
Is are your chickens all alive? Is you're holding up so far?
You know what? I'm glad you asked. We have 22 3-week-old chickens running around in what has now become a hatchery in my dad's garage.
Oh, but they're not outdoors in the pen yet.
No, we're going to leave them inside till after. They're going to stay indoors for a minute. For another couple months.
What's in the pen?
We have 3 survivors.
Okay.
We have 3 of the original 52 that we started the season with.
Okay.
Now they have an impenetrable fortress.
It has proven to be impenetrable.
We have not lost a chicken since the gate went up 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Did you paint it black?
Not yet. It's going to take a fair amount.
I was going to say.
We still have a little bit more work to do. It's not covered, and I think that's going to be
coyotes will get in there still.
The coyotes can still climb.
An owl, yeah.
Well, that's the fear. But so far, and we have now a couple of months. The 3 that are left. These chickens are survivors. I ain't worried about these.
Now, the problem is with a roof, you can't put like a tin roof because that'll get real hot.
No, we're going to string the chicken wire over the top.
Okay.
Too. Yeah. But it's the pen itself is 57 feet long and right at 12 feet wide at its widest.
So essentially, this chicken pen is bigger than my apartment.
It's a dog run is what it is.
It's bigger than my apartment.
Yeah.
It's... All right,
but it's going to have to hold some 50 chickens or 20. There's 23 now, so if they all make it through, and they should till February or March when they're finally freed.
That's when you're going to have them all out there.
They'll all be out there, so we got some time.
Nice. Now, what you need to do is, if you kill a coyote, you need to paint its blood on the door.
Yeah. We'll hang its head on one of the posts. What you're supposed to.
Let this be a warning.
Dude,
to you.
I was looking. I want a Winchester or a Marlin 22. Lever action, like an Old West.
Oh yeah,
I want one.
Like an old 30-30.
Well, a 30-30 is that's a good deer rifle if you're under 200 yards. I've had some friends that have hunted with Winchesters, or any of the lever actions, and the 30-30 is good short range. In Texas, shoot, I don't normally take a shot more than 200 yards.
That's all the Duke needed.
Seriously.
Yep.
But he'd kill a pistol. He'd kill a deer. He'd kill Injuns. He'd kill outlaws.
See, you know what? They're good guide guns. You got 4 or 5 in the slot, and I've seen them as big as 44 Magnum. You can get a big old freaking slug. You know what I mean? But I want a 22 Marlin to take out the coyotes.
It's going to be a while because you blew your money on the TV.
Yeah, I did.
So now your entertainment budget is down the hatch. I know that.
I'll tell you what.
You happy about this TV purchase?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It is bright and beautiful. It's one of those things you don't realize how your TV kind of degrades over time until you get a new one. I highly recommend it. Although
no spot on it.
Its first official viewing party, the first gathering, when there wasn't really a gathering, it was just you and your wife, the boys over to watch the game. At my son was on. I watched the Cowboys on that TV, so it's baptism.
Oh. Well, that brings us to the tease in the next segment. When we come back, we'll talk about the Cowboys. I don't. Is there rock bottom?
Oh man,
we've been there already.
Is there a rock bottom? Because I don't know that it could have been worse than what yesterday was.
AJ, as an Aggie, I've been part of biblical beatdowns. I've been part of some fiascos, the likes of which that leave marks for like a decade. Yesterday was one of those games. There was not a facet of that game that you walked off saying, "Well, at least we did that." I mean, there was literally nothing.
As a non-Cowboy fan growing up, I normally would have taken great joy in that yesterday. I had the Cowboys game pulled up. I was in Houston. I had the Cowboys game on my iPad while I was watching some fights. I was announcing some fights, and I found myself at times kind of feeling sad for the Cowboys. I can't imagine I would feel sad for the Cowboys. Yeah, I felt it yesterday.
You ever watch when you're doom scrolling and you get on street fights? And you see some drunk dude staggering around, pick a fight with the wrong dude, and literally get almost beaten to death. The dude is already down, and he's still getting beat up, but he probably brought it on himself, acting foolish. That's how the Cowboy game felt yesterday. By the fourth quarter, you're like, stop it. They're hurting him.
Anytime I see a street fight and I see one guy throw a leg kick, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have fought that guy that throws leg kicks. If you're throwing leg kicks in a street fight, you're probably winning that fight.
You fought for money at some point.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh boy, the Eagles just hit the Cowboys with a leg kick right out of the gate, and the Cowboys are like, whoa, that's not how you fight.
That's not fair. You can't kick him in the shin.
Dude, you're about 2 minutes from being taken down and heel hooked, and you're never gonna walk right again.
2 minutes into the game that happened.
Oh God! All right, we'll talk about that on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a trouble spot on I-10 westbound Zool Road over to Trainer Hale Road. That is shut down. We're getting reports of an accident, and already looks like they are diverting traffic onto the frontage road. Again, this is on the far east side of town, I-10 westbound Zool Road on over to Trainer Hale Road, shut down, major accident. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hey, James Pledger. The NBA is finally back. Play Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's super simple to get started. First, download DraftKings Pick 6 app. Then, select 2 or more players, like Wemby and CP3, and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, and more. And for all first-time Pick 6 players, check this out. New customers play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use promo code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18. Plus, age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry, their whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add their delicious side dishes for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Having a holiday party? Let Smoky Moe's bring the food. Choose from their classic Texas barbecue to their special holiday catering menu. Order now at SmokyMoe'sBBQ.com or call a Smoky Moe's near you. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Warm up your holidays with JCPenney. From snuggly soft women's sweaters just $19.99 to festive family PJs now 40% off. Get ready for winter with all the comfy, feel-good layers you love. Wrap yourself in a warm faux mink throw, only $24.99. It's more cozy, bigger savings for you. JCPenney. Make it count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/21. Deals excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out our tractor package deals. We're offering 0 down and 0 APR financing for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
Hey guys, it's AJ from the Morning Huddle. Between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little off, right? You're tired all the time, your energy's low, maybe even your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of that comes down to testosterone, and trust me, it can happen to the best of us. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. They know how we feel, and they make it easy. Game Day Men's Health is over there on Bassey Road, across from the Quarry. Their office has a relaxed man cave vibe, and they've built a 3-step process. It's quick and designed just for us. First, get your T levels checked. Free testosterone test at their in-house lab. Then you meet with a licensed provider to create a customized plan. And finally, you'll get those fast weekly treatments. After a month, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, and a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day Men's Health, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better at Game Day.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh my. Cowboys lose a nail biter. I mean, they almost had him.
Just about there.
Yeah, if that game were, you know, a 63-minute game, we might be talking different. But as we talk now, the Cowboys fall 34-6.
Those last 3 minutes would be like minutes on Mars, like longer minutes. Yeah. The minutes like a day.
It was awful.
The Cowboys had 146 yards of total offense.
Hey, that's 49 yards of passing there, man. Let's not discount the real quality of what they brought to us. It was extraordinary.
Cooper Rush, 13 of 23 for 45 yards.
Wow.
Had Dak torn his hamstring off the bone in pregame warmups, this would be an excusable performance. Cooper Rush knew all week that he was playing in this football game.
They were so comfortable. They came in with 2 active running backs. Not that Dalvin Cook or little Deucey, the little Deuce, wouldn't have made a difference, but they did come in with only 2 active running backs, one of which fumbled the ball out of the end zone.
I honestly, I mean, Zeke should consider retiring right now in season.
What do you do today? Seriously, there's lots of jokes, and obviously the whole thing has collapsed. Obviously, this is what is over. What do you do when you wake up? Can it get worse? Do you try to let it get worse? What do you do today?
I don't know, but I saw when I opened up CBS, and the first thing I saw was Jones says he doesn't think firing McCarthy's the answer.
Well, he's probably right. It's not going to fix things. But do you just rearrange the chairs on the Titanic just because you can? I mean, seriously, what? I don't think it could get worse.
It can't get worse than this. This is the bottom of what you can be. Losing to your rival at home in this fashion. Jerry had to have been tasting that throw up in the back of his throat the whole day yesterday.
AJ, there was a scene, I guess it was in the 4th quarter. They flash up to the suite. They show Steven kind of kick back, look like he'd just been punched out. Jerry's not even there. He's not even in the suite. Behind him is another couple. I mean, it was as depressing a photo as you could ever see. And without Jerry there, who knew if he was gone for good or was taking a leak or, getting a little bit more of his JWB or blue. It felt like it was there. The end is here. It's here. Now we can prolong it. You can put them on life support. You can hope that a couple of players get back healthy. But even then, what's the point now?
I don't know. I mean, you're playing for nothing.
So
this team has no future, and their future is written.
Well, then you know what? Pack your bags and go. Go with God. I'm not mad at you, but if there's nothing, if I'm not going to lose anything, and maybe I find a coach that can light a fire, maybe there's somebody in this building that can make a difference next year, I'll find him. But right now, Shotty, you're done. Dude, you're done. If there's any fix out here, even though McCarthy is gone in a month and a half or however many more weeks we've got, I fire Schottenheimer today. Well, you said it. And now, obviously, you got to have somebody drive the bus. Somebody got to head coach this thing.
Well, I mean, at least McCarthy could call the offense if he needed to.
Maybe. Go down in flames, McCarthy. Make your calls. But Schottenheimer, if we're looking for a scapegoat, it's right there. You had all week to prepare this guy. You knew your offensive line sucked. You knew. And this is what you brought to the table.
He was so awful. And You know what's really sad about that game yesterday is the Eagles didn't even play all that well. That wasn't like an amazing showing by the Eagles. Like that, the Cowboys literally just gift wrapped that game and said, "Here you go."
Well, you played to the level of your competition. They knew after that first, for about 5 minutes, the Cowboys were popping. They did start out pretty good. I mean, they kind of moved the ball a little bit, and they moved it up and down. You thought, okay, you see Overshone throwing to the ball, flying to the ball, making some tackles. They're sacking the quarterback. They're getting there. So there was something to hold on to there in the first quarter. And then there it went. It was gone. It was over. I just don't know how or when you're running a team, when do you call it? When do you say, we're calling it, it's over? Because when you do that, you got 53 guys out there, 25 of which probably have something riding on the rest of the season. Some kind of snap count, some kind of reception, tackles, whatever it might be. But it no longer behooves you for any of these guys of any value to spend any more time than necessary on this field.
I don't know what you do, Rob. I'm out of answers. Again, firing someone isn't going to save this thing. There's no. It's over, Johnny. It's over. This is. We might as well have a funeral for this thing. There is no season anymore. There is no hope. There is no maybe they can turn it around. What's funny is I've changed my mind. Dak Prescott's the MVP.
He was holding things together, wasn't he?
Yeah, they were terrible when he was there, but at least they weren't humiliating.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
it wasn't that bad.
The Tua Award.
Cooper Rush looks like. And when you're in like 8th grade, it's hard to find anybody who can play quarterback, and actually throw. Like a lot of teams in 7th, 8th grade, you're running it's almost exclusively run game because there's not very many kids who can effectively throw the football. This is like the 7th grade starting quarterback got hurt, and you're grabbing
who's the biggest dude? You're big. You
hey, tall kid, you're the quarterback now. That's what it looked like. Yeah, I mean, it was that pathetic. What's crazy is under 2 minutes to go in the first half, the Cowboys were down 7-6.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, they're hanging in there.
Yeah, they missed some opportunities.
It was ugly. It was really ugly, but they were hanging in there. I mean, when they scored that touchdown before halftime, it's like the whole thing just fell apart. And I don't know. I'm not sure what words Mike McCarthy said at halftime to his team, but I would consider not using those words ever again.
How do you judge
coaches?
How do you grade coaches? I can grade coaches, especially in basketball. I grade them. What happens after a timeout? You call a timeout. What did you do?
Yeah.
Did you design? Did you call the appropriate play? And did your guys listen to you? And after that, I judge after halftime. What kind of adjustments did you make given your 15 minutes? Did you fix a problem? Well, by every measure yesterday, McCarthy failed. After timeouts, it was another timeout one time. That was terrible, so there was nothing there. Third quarter, I don't know what happened at halftime, but it fell apart. You were not the same team you were in the first half. In the first half, you sucked, and you got worse.
Yeah. It's sad because, you know what? We have Mike McCarthy on this show every week, and all I think about is if I were him, I would already be dreading having to talk to fans, like having to do these phone calls and say the same things that fans are sick of hearing. And I'm not kidding when I say this, because Mike McCarthy, I know Mike McCarthy knows that he is not going to be coaching this team next year.
Yeah.
If I were in his shoes, I would be saying, I wish they would just fire me today. Let me go on my way. Pay me the rest of my money, and I'll go into hiding, and I'll start working on my resume for next year. And every time Jerry says, I don't think we're going to fire the head coach, I know McCarthy's like, oh, come on. What do I have to do? What if you're not going to fire me for this, what will it take?
And you can't do anything so nobody else will ever hire you. You can't, trash your job. You can't flip off and cuss out your coach.
You can't slap
and
Jerry.
dog your players. Like, those guys suck, and this idiot won't. You can't do that. So you just gotta suck it up and take it. That's why they pay you the big bucks. That's why he gets paid what he gets paid.
He needs to do a Bobby Knight and like grab a chair and throw it onto the field, or like just do something outlandish. I feel bad for him. I feel bad that he's got to come on our show on Friday and like say, Coach, what happened here?
Well, I don't know.
How do you get your team up after that? You don't.
Well, that's the conversation we're going to have. Right?
My team is quitting on me, and they are.
They are. There was I don't know if we can find the sound, but the interview that McCarthy gave out of halftime. You know how they always get the coach?
Yeah.
It's a delayed thing, rarely live, but they get him. I couldn't tell if he was trying to be ironic during his interview. Well, this was kind of a smirk, kind of a tongue-in-cheek, but he legitimately said, we got to keep plugging with this running game. We got some momentum going, and he was talking about what he perceived as a successful running game in the first half.
Remember, this at the end of the first half, it was 14-6. It was a one-score game. He probably felt like maybe some things were working out for him.
Even the Cowboy apologists watched that first half and went, yikes. This was horrible.
By the way,
we're lucky that Philly is goofy and stupid.
Yeah, remember that the second field goal came after a turnover, and the Cowboys went 4 plays for 1 yard and then kicked a field goal. That was a 1-yard drive that led to a field goal before the half. All right, we'll be back. We're going to keep talking about this game. There's a lot to break down on it. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a trouble spot on I-10 westbound Zool Road over to Trainer Hale Road. That is shut down. We're getting reports of an accident, and already looks like they are diverting traffic onto the frontage road. Again, this is on the far east side of town, I-10 westbound Zool Road on over to a Trainer Hale Road, shut down, major accident. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
George gets justice. When you've been injured, you need to get George Salinas Injury Lawyers because you need someone who understands your pain and the impact an accident has on your life. You need someone who listens and is always there fighting for you and your future. When you get George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you get all this and more. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. And remember, you won't pay anything unless they win your case. Call George Salinas at 210-225-0909. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
If you're tired of drinking the same old beer, good news for you, friends. Karbach Brewing has you covered. They've got something for everybody in their lineup. No matter what you like, they can improve on what you've been drinking. Whether it's a Hopadillo, a Love Street, or a Crawford Bock, they've got something for everybody. And Karbach has one of the leading IPAs in San Antonio, Hopadillo IPA, an iconic Texas IPA packed with the bitterness of hops from around the world that the hop monster craves. And one of Karbach's leading brands, the top seller in San Antonio, in fact, is the Love Street Blonde. It's a state of mind, a San Antonio state of mind. It's a Kolsch-style blonde, hopped delicately with floral German hops. This beer has the clean malt profile that you're looking for. And if you're used to drinking cerveza, they've got that as well. The Karbach Cerveza Especial is right for you. Like I said, something for everybody. And when you're in Houston, make sure you go check out the brewery, check out all the beers they have on tap. But while you're here in San Antonio, you want to try something new, why don't you try out a Karbach?
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Howdy, Aggies. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com has just launched the new service GMTVCC.com. Write this down, GMTVCC.com, which is Give Me the VIN classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Thanksgiving season is the best. That's right, Mr. Turkey. Everyone loves this time of year. Just like Connecticut water softener customers love their Connecticut. Definitely. A Connecticut water softener is the best in the business. Yes, it does keep your feathers soft. Yes, your waddle smooth. And your wings, nah, those things are pretty useless. The Connecticut is a much different water softener compared to the other brands. There's no computer, nothing to plug in, and it runs on kinetic energy. You said it. For a limited time, receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Mr. Turkey, you're pretty calm considering, you know. Well, on Thanksgiving, we eat turkey.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
Get Black Friday savings all month long at Ancira Nissan on IH-10 West. Lease this 2025 Nissan Sentra SV for just $186 per month for 18 months. Lease this 2025 Kicks SV for just $258 per month for 18 months. Come in today or check us out at AnciraNissanSA.com. Ancira Nissan, I-10 West between Wurzbach and Heidner.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. This holiday, trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's over $1,800 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Over $1,800 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesome, TIX.com.
You know, so many of us feel like getting old is the reason we feel so bad. We blame aches and pains and not being able to sleep on our age and not other influences like our weight. If you woke up this morning feeling bad, didn't get enough sleep, coughing all night long, maybe just break up with a little bit of brain fog, chasing that first drink of caffeine, then a little bit of sugar just to get you going to the next thing that keeps you going. If that's you, you need to consider losing a little bit of weight. I'm telling you, that's what I was going through. I would wake up feeling bad and never, ever felt good all day long, just trying to keep myself moving. That was my life until I met Dr. Jacob Torres in the Institute for Functional Health. I told him, man, my joints hurt, my back hurts, I got brain fog, I can't remember my name some days. And he said, well, sometimes that's just your weight. You're not getting the sleep, and that's going to cause all kinds of issues. You're probably snoring too much. Your triglycerides are probably a little bit high. You probably got a little bit of blood pressure issues, and with all that weight you're carrying, no wonder your knees and your ankles hurt. Maybe you should lose some weight. Let me show you how. Now, see, what he did was he explained to me the benefits of losing weight before he even described to me how his methods of losing weight were. And it was brilliant because I'm not a slave to my scale. I don't look at how much I weigh every day. I moderate what I do, and I understand now what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat it. All those roll into a functional process that will have you losing weight. Success is imminent if you follow the process. And the great thing is you can live with this. If it's time for you to lose weight, I want you to write this number down. It's 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. Go there. Read the questions. Take the quizzes. You'll see that there's a fix out there, and it's Dr. Torres and the IFF. If it's time to change your life, if you need to lose the weight because you're just tired of looking in the mirror or the doctors are telling you, I want you to call Dr. Torres at the IFF. He will change your life, and when he does, come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Again, the Cowboys have in a season full of embarrassing performances. This has to be the worst, right?
Oh, it's as a Cowboy fan.
I want to take that flag down. I want to take that flag. I want to take this DeMarcus Ware jersey down. DeMarcus doesn't want to see this.
Can we go like half-mast? Maybe we should lower it. I don't want to burn it.
I know. I don't either. Minix would be pissed. I know. Minix still believes.
I think Minix is pretty much. I think we're all pretty aware. I think even the most blue-eyed, Jerry loving, Roger praising, Tom Landry praying to fan. We see it. This is bad. This is worse. This is getting, and it's not going to get any better for years. I mean, the Cowboys are years away. This isn't a quick turn. This is the end of an era and the beginning of another. This is one of those turn the page, new chapter. Everything's going to be different, but the things that won't ever change, and that's the owner and the GM.
My dad, who was a Cowboys fan, he when they were going well, he would text me every once in a while. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
And every once in a while, when the Cowboys weren't playing all that well, I'd be like, "How about them Cowboys?" and say, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't affiliate with this team.
Those guys?
I don't know that team.
Dude,
I'm not a Cowboys fan. What are you saying?"
I was out at a Best Buy yesterday afternoon before the game, and I had a Cowboys shirt on.
Oh, you should have just done the Aggie shirt.
Man.
It's your time, Rob. Like,
no, I should have had an Aggie shirt on.
I really should. If I were you, I'd put whatever your Cowboys shirts you've got, put them away for the winter. You're done with them.
But the conversations that come up when you wear a Cowboy jersey or a Cowboy shirt, because there's the ignorant fan that just knows Cowboys, and they just know the Cowboys aren't doing very well. So you get the Cowboys, they didn't get their ass kicked today, and then you get the oh, poor Cowboy fan, you poor bastards. You get the guys that know it's you're right. You got to put the gear up. I don't like the conversations, nor do I get the looks. I don't like it.
I wouldn't want to talk about it.
But as an Aggie, I feel I have to, just because I got to defend. I'm kind of into it. So now, just to get in your face, I gotta wear it.
But you know what? Even when Aggie's been bad in the last little while, it hasn't been like this.
Oh no. Well, dude, I've been in some low places, but no, it wasn't. The best example of what we saw yesterday was Tony Romo, because as the game got started, as a Cowboy fan, I was happy that Romo was calling the game, because I knew it was going to be bad, but at least it was going to be, if not a favorable voice, at least one that will go out of their way to not be too hard on the Cowboys. Yeah. You know what I mean? Romo's got some silver and blue in his blood, and he tried his best. But finally, when he called them the bad news bears, finally when it happened, you go, even Romo is done. Even Romo looked at that and went, I can't defend this.
It doesn't feel like they're an NFL team. It really doesn't. And I say that not like, trying to be hot take guy, but when you watch them play, they don't look like they belong on the field with the teams they're going against.
Do you remember the game? It was during COVID, the lockdown, and the Denver Broncos arrived at a game without a quarterback on their roster.
I remember that. Yeah.
This was that. 49 yards of passing. This was that. They had no an NFL team had no access to a quarterback. Third stringer, number 19, I'm not even going to say his name. That guy didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be on the field. You could tell by his body language. He was like, don't take me. I've already got my own problems. Now my limited ability is going to go out and play with these clowns? I mean, you think I was bad before. Now I got no prayer. He didn't want to be out there.
Yeah. Kendall Hinton was the quarterback that game. 1 of 9 for 13 yards and 2 picks.
That's Trey Lance numbers.
Ugh.
That's Cooper Rush numbers.
But you know what? The Broncos lost that game 31-3. You're not far off.
See, I'm telling you. Not since that game have I seen such an inept exhibition of football.
Does Cooper Rush start next week?
What else you got? What are you going to do, run the wing tee?
I don't know. I feel bad for Cowboys fan for once in my life. I feel bad for them. I really do. And if I were you, I
don't need your pity.
Dude, put those shirts away. I don't want you answering any more questions. Texans blew one yesterday, too. We'll talk that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is home cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this? And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. You know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s. If you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be low T. The answer is simple. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Don't put it off. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. You can also be evaluated for treatment with GLP-1 weight loss medication. Book your appointment at SynergenicsHealth.com.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a trouble spot on I-10 westbound Zool Road over to Trainer Hale Road. That is shut down. We're getting reports of an accident, and already looks like they are diverting traffic onto the frontage road. Again, this is on the far east side of town, I-10 westbound Zool Road on over to a Trainer Hale Road, shut down, major accident. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys lost 34-6 to the Philadelphia Eagles, but the sun was in their eyes. They went 17 of 29 for 49 yards passing. The Houston Texans blew a second half after a nice first half, losing 26-23 on a last-second field goal. The University of Texas is now number 3 in the AP poll after winning 49-17 over the University of Florida. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
There are different kinds of embarrassment. Now, none compare to what the Cowboys did yesterday. It was awful. Was anybody even close to as bad as them yesterday?
Who did Carolina beat?
The Giants.
Giants might be a candidate. At least they didn't.
They lost in overtime, and they had the excuse of going to Germany, and they probably had bad sauerkraut or something.
They lost to the Panthers.
Listen, that's embarrassing. The Bears lost to the Patriots.
That's right. There's misery in there. There's some misery all around.
The Bears lost at home to the Patriots. The Jets got beat 31-6 by Kyler Murray. Little Kyler.
But Kyler was magnificent.
He was.
I mean, I don't know. Ordinarily, I'd go, but no, he was pretty damn good.
He did take a hard sack, though.
That was all when you drafted Kyler Murray. When you thought, when he is fully self-actualized, when he is doing everything as best as he can, that's it. That was it.
Kyler Murray blocked me on Twitter about 2 years before he made it to the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
He's such a quiet, reserved type.
I'm
high school.
I don't ever at athletes. Like I never put them in the mention. Like it's just. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about them, but I don't at people because I'm not like looking for that clout. I'm not like trying to make people feel bad about them. Yeah. If you type your own name in the search bar, you're gonna see it. But I don't put your at on there, which some people might say it's being cowardly. I'm just saying, well, like what's it gonna do? What's the point? Yeah, what's the point? But I'm blocked by 2 NFL starting quarterbacks.
See, I've never been blocked.
You've been blocked. Trust me.
Nah.
You've been blocked.
I haven't. Maybe. I'd like to be blocked.
Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson both have me blocked. Deshaun, I can't imagine why.
Well, wonder why. And by the way, never Google happy baby pose. Kevin Murray, Kyler's dad. I was in College Station with him. Now I'm not sure he actually attended classes, but I used to see him fairly. He had, I think, and this is no joke. I think he had 3 cars. I know he had 2.
I think when Kyler Murray blocked me, do you remember when Vern Troyer,
the little dude,
Mini-Me, there was
bad? Can I say little dude?
Yeah, he's a little dude.
Okay.
Yeah. He was on some reality show, and he had a drinking problem near the end, and he was like, I don't know.
I shouldn't laugh. I don't know why.
I don't know if he was on Celebrity Rehab.
A picture of him is like holding a shot glass.
I don't know if he's on Celebrity Rehab or what, but there's like a video clip of him like peeing on a plant in the corner, inside a house, and he's like,
I've seen this. I've seen the one you're talking about.
And I was like, I think I tweeted something like, Kyler Murray after he gets benched, or after leaving the Dixie Chicken after getting benched, or something like that. And, R.I.P. to Kyler Murray letting me tweet about him.
Now he's a superstar, and
he is balling out. Good for him.
Well, at least last week. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, his
Well,
highest
in
and
general.
best, that was really good. When he's on, that offense is a lot of fun to watch. It just feels like no matter what, you feel like the Cardinals, you can just kind of knock them off kilter. Just if you could just kind of knock them out of their rhythm, that you can beat the Cardinals. But when they're on, dude, that's tough.
Arizona is 6-4. They have won 4 consecutive games.
You're not going to beat him when he's playing like that, I'll tell you.
They're in first place in their division. So,
but are you legit? And this isn't a Cardinal segment, but if it came down to it, are you afraid of the Cardinals?
No.
Yeah,
not at all. I'm not afraid of the Texans either. I'm going to throw it out there. The Texans are fool's gold. They're a phony good team.
See, I saw it entirely different. I think that they played the best team in football, literally and I'm saying after this weekend, by a healthy margin, they're the best team in football. They fought them valiantly, and it took a field goal at the end to get beat. Now, that second half was certainly nothing to write home about. There was a lack of ingenuity, I would say. But all in all, man, I woke up this morning just like when they lost to Green Bay. You go, I thought they were valiant in defeat. I'm not mad at them more than I am impressed with just what Detroit is doing. Right?
They were up 23-7 on Jared Goff's absolute worst day, and they still lost. The Texans become the first team since 1970 to intercept their opponent 5 times and still lose the game.
I agree.
1970.
So you lay that on the Texans, and you don't look at Detroit. That it took that for them to lose to win by a field goal.
Do you think? Detroit played terribly. Detroit was really bad yesterday.
See, I it's funny when you watch a game by yourself and you don't get you don't have a conversation with somebody that sees things slightly different. Because when I turned off the TV and after they had kicked the field goal to win it, my last thought was, well, but for a wide receiver, but for a player here or there, they would have just beaten the best team in football. And it took everything. They went and got 5 interceptions. I mean, they did a lot of stuff right. And for a young team to lose like that is exactly what I thought. They're better than they were last year. They're better than they were a month ago, but they're just not good enough to beat a great football team yet. I mean, that's just part of the growth process.
Coming into that game, Jared Goff had 3 games this year where he had 5 or more incompletions. So in this game, he had 5 interceptions.
Do you put that on the Texans, or you just put that on Goff just being...
Dude, it was Goff. Goff was bad.
See, I looked at it the other way.
I give the Texans almost no credit for that. And to blow that lead. And also, just not very ballsy play calling.
Well, that I had an issue with in the second half. They got very, very conservative.
What was weird was the Lions were very conservative early in the game. But... yeah, it was a weird game. I just think, and it goes back to what I've been saying about this Texans team. I mean, when they win, they barely win.
Yeah,
and there's something to be said for being able to win the tight games besides this one. But they've won 1 game this season by more than 1 score, and that was against the Patriots.
It's something about the team, and maybe it's just me, where it's kind of like the Texans are cute. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to be mad at them. I feel like they're so young and they're just learning. But the fact remains that was a game they should have won.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them because they lost, but the fact is they clowned it up and went soft in the second half. I think coach is looking in the mirror today going, we probably should have been a little bit more aggressive, even though we didn't have wide receivers. But at the end of the day, I think if I wake up Texans fan, I'm not furious. I'm not. I think that this is a playoff team, and they're better today for playing that game yesterday. I think they'll be better for it.
Well, the Texans play the Cowboys next week. Oh, what a game we got coming, friends! What a
talk about cure what ails you
game. The current
betting line. Have you seen this?
Well, now that everybody's homecoming.
Monday Night Football. Texans at Cowboys. There's a couple different numbers out here, depending on where you look.
I hope it's at least 5.
The best you can get is Cowboys plus 6.
Oh, 6, okay.
There are some Cowboys plus 7s out there.
It's even worse than I thought it was.
The Texans 7-point road favorites in Dallas.
I want that whole stadium to be full of red. Please fill the building with red. There was a lot of green last night.
There were a lot of Lions fans in Houston, too. I'll tell you what, because I spent the weekend in Houston, there were Lion fans all over city.
Are they traveling now?
They traveled well.
That's awesome.
Like the barbecue place, there was a bunch of Lions fans in line at the barbecue place.
That's awesome. Good for them.
And, I called in a favor to skip the line at one of my favorite barbecue spots, and there was a bunch. We were in line with about a dozen Lion fans, and they're like, "Oh, what are you getting VIP status?" I was like, "No." And then we're wrapping up our meal as they got through the line, and they were like, "I knew it was VIP status. I knew."
Yeah. Y'all wore Detroit jerseys. You think you're going to be
you don't
first
get
in line?
like
What are you
that.
talking about?
But yeah, they traveled well, and they were loud last night.
Yeah. They were.
When Stroud threw a pick once, it was like you heard this roar, and when Fairbairn missed the field goal,
I can only imagine.
like right at the that would have put them ahead with 2 minutes left. There was like the crowd went. I was like, wow, the Lions fans are in this place. They'll be
Texan fan, bring your battle red, baby. Fill that building with red. Make Jerry suffer. We feel sorry for him, but I want you to sleep in the bed you made there, boss.
Well, I said, the reason why they weren't going to look at Trey Lance is because they think Cooper gives them legitimately the best chance to win, and beating the Eagles and the Texans would be like that. Those would be games that Jerry would want more than your average game. And 0 for 1 so far, and could not have looked worse. I don't know. I don't know what they do in this game, but. As pathetic as the Texans' offense was in the second half, my guess is they find a cure.
Joe Mixon going to run for 200 yards, 200 total yards next week.
He might. I mean, I just can't believe where we're at with this. When we were at training camp, if I had told you it could be this bad, you wouldn't have believed me.
No, I wouldn't have. But at the same time, so many. I was telling Vic before the show, the thing that I think most Cowboy fans are feeling is a sense of, we told you. We knew this was going to happen. This isn't a shock. Everything had to happen right for it just to be okay, not great.
Nobody knew it was going to be this bad.
No, you're right. But we did say, okay, if you don't fix that defensive line, they're going to run all year. If you don't address this offensive line with all these new faces and feel very comfortable, you're not going to be able to throw the ball. Dak's not going to have any time. And then you better look at running back because, my God, and all those things that every fan who knew anything said was going to go wrong has. So we're all looking around like, you tell us you're all in. You tell us you're a genius at football, and everything Average Joe said sitting on their couch has come true.
I want you to think about this. Preseason, if I had told you by week 10, the Cowboys, Patriots, and Panthers would have the combined same amount of wins as the Kansas City Chiefs, as a Cowboy fan, you probably would have thought, we're in real good shape because the Panthers and Patriots are going to they're going to have about one win each.
Yep.
So that means the Cowboys will be about 7-2. No. The Cowboys, Patriots, and Panthers all have 3 wins.
But
that's where you're at, Cowboy fan. That's the company you keep.
Now, there were a lot out there, and I was kind of in this, that didn't think Dak was going to get a contract. That didn't. That it was just going to be, Jerry was going to let this float to the end of the year.
As he should have.
And he should have in hindsight, obviously.
But it wasn't. We said before, it's not hindsight.
This was stupid. We knew it coming. But the assumption was it could get this bad. And then by about the middle of November, Dak would be, well, I'm not going to play anymore for whatever reason because every game out I'm losing money, so there's going to be an injury like this, although maybe not, but it would have been fakeable. Yeah. And then we'd have seen Trey Lance. Like there would have been this would have been the time to see him because all the things were falling apart and now we got nothing left but him. And we're here. This actually happened. But the problem is, even if Trey Lance showed up yesterday and won the freaking football game, even if he showed up and won 5 consecutive games, he ain't the quarterback of the Cowboys.
No.
That's already taken care of by paycheck. So even if things would have turned out great yesterday, it's still awful. Still awful. Even if they'd have won and Trey Lance would have thrown for 350 yards, it would have been a separately awful situation to be in.
And you know how we talk about there's guys who are still playing for stuff? I mean, there's still time left in the season, but if the rest of the season is anything like yesterday, Cooper Rush isn't playing for the Cowboys next year.
No.
Like,
why?
Why would we bring that? If that's the backup, why? What are we doing? There are a lot of guys who are getting chuckled off this team, right? And quite frankly, if I were Jerry Jones, I would look at this team and say, okay, financially, who has to be here next year? And I would circle those names, and I would get rid of as many of the rest of them as I possibly could. And I would have an all-new coaching staff. I would have there'd be a lot of new faces on this team.
It would be
a lot of new faces.
50. Well, I mean, if you circled, that's a good question. Who has to be here? And literally, there's going to be some salary that you're going to have to eat. You're going to have to go into the hole.
The Dak contract in hindsight is such a disaster. And maybe it can be vindicated at some point, but right now it is an absolute albatross.
AJ, the only fix here is the nuclear bomb, the Russell Wilson Denver Bronco, the nuclear bomb option. That is the only fix, and it is one of those where the cure is worse than the disease, where the cure will kill you a lot faster than the disease, and maybe you do need to kill it. But right now, AJ, that's the only fix, is to eat $90 million.
I think you have to let Dak come back next year and try it again, but I mean, because he's not even playing under that new contract now.
No, it's not even happened. I mean, he's going to cost $90 million on the cap next year. You're going to have to eat it. He's going to have to come back. You can't. There's no getting rid of him for at least a year. You have.
I don't think there's getting rid of him for 2 more years. And here's the thing. If next year looks like this year, how do you? Where are you at as a franchise?
You've got. I'm trying to find.
You're Cleveland. It's Deshaun Watson.
Or it's Phillip Rivers on another bad team. Dak can come back and have an MVP quality year, but it's not going to be enough. It's just going to be a 3,000-yard, 30-touchdown year, best case scenario, and you're still 9-8.
And you go first round of the playoffs, you're gone.
Yeah.
No, this is they're in a really terrible spot now. I'll take a look at the rest of the NFL on the other side. It's a Morning Huddle 94.1.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a Colonial with high ceilings, hardwood floors, and a peaceful neighborhood. And you found it. Now, every Saturday at 6 a.m., you get to wake to the sound of your neighbor's leaf blower. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The most wanted beauty gifts of the season just dropped at Ulta Beauty. From exclusive kits by Sol de Janeiro, MAC, and e.l.f. to the cult favorite Hourglass holiday palettes. And let's not forget the stunning Dyson Airwrap in Strawberry Bronze. These limited editions won't last long, so don't miss out. While you're there, why not grab yourself something special too? I mean, 'tis the season, right? Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
When you hear Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, you probably think of larger-than-life balloons and show-stopping performers. But this year, for the first time, you should also think of incredible deals, because Macy's is counting down to the big day with our first ever parade of deals happening now. We have big savings on gifts, like 25 to 40% off sweaters and fleece. And every day, find new deals online all the way through the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
How about we give something away, Vic? right. It's been a while since we gave away Aaron Lewis tickets, and it's been a while since the Cowboys got their ass beat. Oh, no, it hadn't actually been a while, no.
Did Aaron Lewis dissolve Stained? Did they throw him out? Or
No. So apparently, I thought that it was over for Stained. Aaron Lewis, the lead singer of the band Stained, which I enjoyed when I was in my youth.
Your dirty teen years?
No, they were in my young 20s. But they had disbanded for a while, and Aaron Lewis was doing his sort of Americana country thing.
Yeah, he went acoustic there.
And it's really weird because the band is from like Massachusetts. His sound isn't what you'd expect. You'd think he's from, Missouri or something like that. But they're New Englanders, and he's singing like I'd die for my country. My country is the same as me. I don't know what he sings, but it's that kind of stuff.
But it's the name of the band.
What do you mean?
Stained.
No, Stained doesn't sing that.
No, but they did have a penchant for some acoustic stuff.
Right.
So you could never really, you'd hear the band and you go, what's the name of this band? Stained. Like, oh, no, I can't. I'll never buy it.
Well, listen, find Stained Mud Shovel.
See,
Vic.
I would, even though it's probably a wonderfully melodic tune.
It's not.
Like
so this
Mud Shovel.
This is when I liked Stained. Like Stained started out.
See, Dirty Teens.
Yeah, they started out pretty raw. Let's hear some
Mud Shovel.
Hold on, though. It's coming. It's going to build up.
This is a very specific genre.
Here we go.
See, this could be like 9 bands. This could be a bunch of bands from the greater Northeast or Northwest.
They were pretty big for a while.
Yeah, they were.
So they were boys with the let it roll behind us a little bit for a minute, Vic. They were boys with Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that genre. Yeah.
So Korn founded Limp Bizkit, and then Limp Bizkit begat Stained, and all of them were huge in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. And I thought that Stained had disbanded and gone away forever. But my buddy was like, Stained came through and played concerts like 3 weeks ago. I was like, what? And they're like,
they were here in this building when we were at K-Rock.
Oh, they were here?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
I think 05, 04.
That's about right. They were even on their way down.
Crank it up right here.
See, this is a bad time in music. See, this could have been any number of 8 different bands. You could say, you know what?
But you know what? I get people saying it was a bad time in music.
It was a terrible time in music.
You know what was a bad time in music? The 1980s.
There were some bad times. Yeah, I'm not going to
almost exclusively bad times.
Oh, no,
in hindsight,
there was
a hair band.
There was a fragment. The hair band, that was a bad time in music. And I think the hair band, what went from pretty boy rock, big hair, makeup, turned into grunge boy rock. All those, it just went total negative. It went from one extreme to the other. And neither of them had any long-term influence. I mean, both of them were.
I disagree on the grunge era.
No,
you're telling me Nirvana had no long-term.
Is not grunge.
No, but you said
what
grunge rock
begat. See, what happened was grunge was something new, and grunge begat this late '90s rap, punk, funk, thump.
Oh, see, I don't
dirty, sweaty.
I don't think Stained had, or I don't think Nirvana and the grunge had anything to do with Stained.
Oh, you did. They begat Stained. You can hear it.
No.
No, that's northwestern rainy day flannel rock. It was.
No.
It was. That Mud Shovel, that could have been done by 8 different bands that had been located in the greater Seattle, Portland area back in the late 90s. That's
drop
what it was.
bass tuning, those dudes were trying to be metal.
Listen to Flea play the bass. I mean, it's the same kind of stuff. There was no there, and it just went away, thank goodness. That, to me, the late 80s and the late 90s were just terrible times in music. And they begat good stuff when they died.
Oh, maybe you've heard of a band called the Backstreet Boys?
See?
Oh, man.
Kurt Cobain spawned the Backstreet Boys. I think we can all agree on that.
Don't you?
Either way, Aaron Lewis, the lead singer of Stain, former lead singer, although but maybe still part-time lead singer of Stain, is going to be playing on Thursday, February 6th at the Majestic.
Wow, that's a minute. That's going to be sold out.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're going to let one of you guys go. Actually, two of you and a friend can go for absolutely free, and you don't have to worry about if the tickets sell out or not. Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners, the American as It Gets tour.
Wow. We got America.
I feel like I'm about as American as it gets.
Yeah, well, we're veterans. We've proven
That's
that.
true.
We put our money where our mouth is.
Majestic Theater, Thursday, February 6th. Tickets are on sale at majesticempire.com.
Good shot.
How should we give these away? I have not been to the
see
Majestic. I've not been. Let's see. The caller, you know what? The first person to call in and tell Vic how many yards the Cowboys gained yesterday in their defeat, that is our winner. So you got to earn it today. You're gonna have to Google.
You don't need very many fingers.
No, I mean, I said the number at the beginning of the show. I talked about the pathetic offensive showing from the Cowboys, but you're going to have to tell Vic exactly the total yards for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll give you a hint. It starts with the number 1. So you'll just need the last 2 numbers, and you'll be going to see Stain. So congratulations to someone. And coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to give away tickets to a screening, an early screening of Gladiator 2.
This is one of those things that might draw me back to the movie theater.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
Apparently people are excited about this. There hadn't been a lot of movies that people are excited about. I've been talking during our show about all the box office flops. Gladiator 2, there's people who are like, oh, Gladiator 2, eh?
I'm in. Did you watch any Yellowstone last night?
No.
Me either. I was watching the Texans fall apart.
It's on my list though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna catch up.
Are you caught up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hope that there is some sort of like
recap,
3-minute long recap to start the because you can't go away for that long and not do a recap episode or not a recap
Just catch
segment.
me up.
I don't need a full episode, but give me 3 or 4 minutes. Let me know what's going on.
What's that red-haired girl's name? The sister?
Beth.
Beth?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Beth.
Yeah. She's a little
she'll kill you in your sleep, but
she's got what I call a touch of the gutter.
Yeah, she does. A little bit of that.
It's a little intense for me.
It'd be a handful.
I don't want a girl who might potentially stab me. I don't like that. You know,
but
even when it's hot.
She would blow up your enemies though. If you had an enemy, she would take
yes,
care of it.
and she's loyal.
Yeah.
But she's a little much for my taste.
I think every
man I like a softer touch.
But every guy needs to date a girl like that once in their life. I believe that you need to go to that. You need to be genuinely afraid at some point.
She reminds me of.
She would have to be Latina then.
Well, yeah. I didn't say that.
I'm
just saying. I think at some point in your life, you need to date a girl that at some point scares you. You're like, oh no.
She reminds me of my. So my mom was married to a fellow who passed away, and he had a daughter, and so I had a stepsister, and we didn't really talk much when we were step siblings.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe the scariest person I've ever met.
So you need
she's built about like Beth. She doesn't.
Oh, really?
She doesn't look like much, but I have seen her grab a woman by the hair and bounce her head off of a car tire about 5 times and just whoop some ass.
Toxica.
And those, when you've got that. It's not all about your actual physical abilities. A lot of the time, it's about
the craziness.
How many
inside you.
How many Fs do I give? And if the answer is like
0,
the over under is 0.5, and if you're under 0.5 Fs given, man, that is a dangerous person. I don't care how you're built.
Truth, man.
I don't care how you're built.
I think I tell my sons at some point you're going to date one of those.
Because most women, they've got at least a couple Fs that they give.
They still have some modicum of, I don't know.
Yeah, and there are a lot of women who'll be like, "No, I'm not going to fight in public," you know. But if you run into the wrong one, They don't care if they're at at the police ball. Like there could be 100 cops around there. Well, I'm going to jail tonight, but I'm going to get my licks in.
I'm going to get it in.
Yeah.
You're going to pay.
That is a different breed of beast right there. All right. Adam Perez is our winner. You got the right number, Vic?
Edwin got him.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, congrats to
There
Adam.
beside him on this one.
When we come back, we're going to play some sound from Micah Parsons. We're going to play a little sound from Mike McCarthy. This Micah Parsons sound is different. Maybe pointed. And it makes me feel even sorrier for Mike McCarthy. We'll talk about that next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Hunting season's here, my friends. It's time to hit the lease and make sure everything's ready for that honker, the one that you've been waiting on for years. He's 4.5, and he's going to come wandering out. How are you going to get him back to the fire? How are you going to bring him back? Probably on your Ewald Kubota. I hope you got one. If you don't, it's time. If you're looking for the very best in RTV equipment, the Kubota RTV X, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle, is on sale right now. APR 0. You don't get any better. That's 36 months. You can save up to $1,000. Go check out the very best RTV out there. If you're not driving orange, you're just not doing it right. And if you go get the RTV X, it's all the things that you can do to modify it that fit your exact needs. Maybe you need to haul a little bit more. Maybe you need more seating. Maybe you need a winch. Maybe you need the stuff to clear some ground, or maybe even tow something behind. You can do all of that with the RTV that is made with Kubota know-how and excellence. And then you add in the Ewald after the Kubota, you got the very best of both worlds. You got the best tractor, the best RTV, and you got the best sales force behind it. I'm talking about service, parts, and rental. The Ewald's been taking care of San Antonio and South Texas for a long, long time. If you're cleaning out your lease, if you're taking care of business there, they got what you're after. If you're breaking ground, you need some big equipment, but you don't want to buy, rent it. They'll come out and deliver exactly what you need by the day, by the week, by the month. They'll train you up. They'll get you ready to go, and they'll pick it up when it's done with no fuss, no muss, and you'll have the very best equipment out there. That's why you go to Ewald before you buy anything else. You owe it to yourself. Go to one of the many Ewald Kubotas. You know why? Because from the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with this closure on the far east side of town. I-10 westbound shut down Zool Road to Trainer Hale. 18-wheeler accident, several other vehicles. Traffic still being diverted onto the frontage road. So about a 10-12 minute delay for now. 35 southbound, the off-ramp to 1604. That is a disabled vehicle. Right lane of the off-ramp is blocked. A stall at 35 southbound Frostbank Center Drive left lane, and 35 southbound Broadway disabled vehicle blocking the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
I'm on the outside. Listen all this week to AG and Rob to win tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners in their American As It Gets tour, coming to the Majestic Theater February 6th from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Guys, do you think about weight loss and muscle tone? Don't let it be a distant memory. Get back to your best self. At Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss, you get a personalized TRT plan that's more advanced than basic standard therapy with other providers. The professionals at Synergenics are known for TRT treatment. They're also experts with GLP-1 weight loss, where you can be evaluated for prescription weight loss medications. Do it now, don't wait. Book your appointment at SynergenicsHealth.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O-double-G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line. Plus, 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here, so drop that jingle.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well-qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence available now.
The most wanted beauty gifts of the season just dropped at Ulta Beauty. From exclusive kits by Sol de Janeiro, MAC, and e.l.f. to the cult favorite Hourglass holiday palettes. And let's not forget the stunning Dyson Airwrap in strawberry bronze. These limited editions won't last long, so don't miss out. While you're there, why not grab yourself something special too? I mean, 'tis the season, right? Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. This holiday, trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's over $1,800 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Over $1,800 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yep. Post-game sound for the Eagles-Cowboys game. Yuck.
I don't know when you make the decision to fire a coach.
Well,
there's a lot of factors. How you looking? Are they playing for you? Are you calling plays appropriate? Even if they're not working, if they had been executed, would they have worked? Were they appropriate? Those timeouts, third quarters, and then how are your players acting? And I think that might be the last straw. How do your players react after a loss?
Well, first let's address when do you fire someone? And Jerry Jones addressed that after the game yesterday. Talked about in the past when he's had maybe a little bit of an itchy trigger finger on these coaches.
I changed coaches in the season with Wade. and have always regretted it. And as a matter of fact, I made a change when Chan Gailey after 2 years. I regretted that. That's not enough. You need to give yourself a chance. I've had a lot more rope than that in my time. I haven't had anybody pull that short on me.
That Wade team was 1-7, right? I mean, when you made that change.
Well, but still, what are we? 3-6.
Yeah,
okay. Well, that's better math, but I sure don't sit around and say, well, now we get -2 more, and we're going to be in a really dark.
Yeah.
And no, I just Mike's a heck of a coach. He's a great coach in my mind, and has and should have the opportunity to do better than we're playing right now. So I'm, like I said, I haven't had good experience changing coaches in the middle of the season.
That's about as level-headed as I've ever heard Jerry.
It is.
And I hate it.
I mean, if I were a Cowboy fan, I'd hate it too, because I want you to do something.
Yeah, I need blood today.
Yeah, there has to be.
Somebody. This isn't about correct move. This is about punishment.
Yeah, and I'm fully aware, if I'm a Cowboy fan, that there's no fix. Like, firing a coach isn't going to fix anything, but it's almost like you see these videos where people are watching their football team and the football team does something stupid and then people will kick the TV.
Right.
And it makes them feel better. It's not the right move for the long term, but it does give you that brief moment of,
at least you're showing you're as miserable as I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Jerry needs to kick his TV.
Something like that. And it doesn't have to be the coach. It doesn't have to be McCarthy. We know it's over for him. I mean, he's standing on the plank. He's just got 8 more steps and he's off. He
can't fire his GM.
And he can't fire his GM, but somebody needs to pay. Somebody, at the very least, somebody else in the building that will come to work tomorrow go, I might be next. I better double down. Just even though there's no fixing this.
Hot dog vendor.
Whatever. Somebody going to have to pay the price for what we witnessed over the weekend. And it's not just over the weekend. It's the sum total. And I know injuries and yada, yada, but somebody got to pay.
One team in the NFC has a worse point differential than the Dallas Cowboys. That is the Carolina Panthers.
And they won.
That's it. They are the only ones worse.
Cowboys have won one more game than they have, right?
No, they've won the same amount of games.
Same amount of games.
Cowboys have lost one less because they had a bye week.
Oh, that's what it is. Lost one less.
Yeah, but I'm sure when they get a chance to make that up, they'll lose it.
So what happens on Sunday afternoon when 51% of the stadium is red? Is that enough? Because he's not going to do anything this week. I mean, can it get to the point where Jerry will make a move, or is this just he's resigned? Because it sounds like he's just resigned himself to, I love Mike. I'm not going to fire him because it won't do any good. But, and he looks back on 2 of the firings where you go, you were absolutely justified in doing what you did. Chan Gailey was an utter joke.
Yeah.
And like they said in the interview, they were 1-7 when they fired Phillips.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like there was hope. I mean, it had to be done.
I'll tell you when I think if it's not better by then, if they play anything like they did yesterday on Thanksgiving Day, I think heads have to roll then. I think that would be the day.
You're probably right.
Because that's after that game, you've got 10 days. Mm-hmm. So you've got some time to put in some new stuff. That would be the time to roll the heads. Doing it right now before you get into this span, you're about to play 3 games in 10 days. That's hard for anybody, especially some guy who wasn't expecting to coach. That's a lot.
Truth. You're right. You are. And I've used the term twice, and I'll probably use it all week. You are rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. I mean, no matter what you do, this boat is going down.
Yeah. There's no fixing this. This is not. There's no recovery coming. This season is over, and I'm sure. I know. Obviously, guys like Mike McCarthy, they're not going to admit that. The players probably don't want to admit that, but it's
Micah admit it?
True.
Did Micah admit it? Did Micah, the voice of this team, did he say post-game what everybody's thinking?
Well, Micah was asked about the job security in the building. Here's what Micah had to say, and these are some pretty pointed words.
That's above my pay grade about if Mike is coaching again next year. But, all coaching aside, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. But the guys I kind of feel bad for is guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for.
Those guys like Zach Martin have put in more work and more time than Mike McCarthy ever did.
I don't know how to take that. It might have been, in praising Zach Martin, but at the same time, you kind of blew up your coach.
Also, Zach Martin's kind of part of the problem right now.
Yeah.
Worst interior line in all of football. Zach Martin, that's right where he plays. No, that's saying a lot without saying what you want to say.
He can go wherever he wants.
Which, by the way, that's not true.
No,
that's not true.
He can't. Well,
it doesn't work that way, Micah.
There's a high school team someplace.
Yeah, but that's not going wherever you want to go.
That's all relative, but
that's like me saying, well, if I quit radio, I can go work wherever I want.
Now it might not be in radio, or it might be a podcast.
Could I go work on the back of a trash truck? Probably, but I can't go wherever I want. But again, if you're Mike McCarthy, I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, and that's the other thing. This is where I feel bad for Mike McCarthy, and I respect him as a coach. But right now, I mean, that your team is out on you.
Yeah, you hit the
You're
iceberg.
Lost. It's over.
You've hit the iceberg. You're going down.
But what do you do? Like you want to finish out the string too, but you're leading a bunch of dudes who have lost faith in you, probably lost faith in the season. And that's the thing. When you're a player, players rarely think it's their fault.
No.
It's a lot easier for them to point at a coach and say, man, they're just misusing me. Because there's no way the 53 of us are blowing this.
Okay, I agree with this, but McCarthy, I assume, made the decision yesterday to go into the game with only 2 running backs. And one of those running backs was one he wouldn't even let on the plane last week.
Yeah.
That he wouldn't even let fly to Atlanta. And that guy fumbled the ball through the end zone.
Yeah.
Some of the mistakes and the problems aren't of his making, but a lot of them are. That guy, you wouldn't even let on the plane. It was your decision not to let him fly with you to Atlanta. You left him home. This week he plays and he fumbles the ball out of the end zone. That's you, man. That was your decision. Now, I don't know about health, but if the dude I wouldn't let play at all last week, I mean, he wasn't even worthy to get on the plane. You played him this week. You started him this week, and that's what you got because obviously there was a problem before, and it wasn't fixed, and you went into it with a guy that wasn't fully capable of playing. And that's on you. That's not the GMsmanship. That's not lack of dudes. You could have chosen not well. That's where you are. So, I feel
Don't say
sorry
it's not
for
lack
McCarthy.
of dudes because
It is lack of dudes. I mean, there wasn't anybody else. But the fact is, you already sucked. This guy, you wouldn't let him on the plane. Now, I don't know what Dalvin Cook's status is, nor do I know what Little Deuce is looking like. But, that was your decision to play him. That was yours, and it didn't go well. Now, I know he's no better than the guy off the street, and that's all you had, but you still chose that guy over the other guy. And you paid the price. He fumbled the ball out of the end zone.
Yeah.
He's done. He's cooked. Now you got reinforced yet again. Now, and you're probably going to play him again next week because that's all you got. But at some point you go, I'd rather lose with dudes that aren't going to give me everything they got, and I know mistakes are coming, than that.
I'd line Trey Lance up in the backfield.
What do I got to lose? Run right, run left. We're going to lose 40-6 no matter what we do.
There's no fix for this, and again, everybody's going to be frustrated. I get it. There's no way not to be frustrated, but it goes back to what we said at the beginning of this thing. What do you do? You can fire someone. Okay, what changes then?
And it's not, I'm going to continue to nitpick because it's the little things that add up to the big stuff. How come every other team is capable of trading for players and putting them on the field for at least a few minutes? Now, I know Dalvin
Johnny Mingo
was spent. I know he was spent, but it took 6 weeks for us to find out how spent he really was. We could have found that out in week 2.
Yeah.
And then we could have probably made a move by then. Mingo, same thing. What do you have to lose? Literally.
Johnny Mingo, grab your helmet.
What do you have to lose? Go. I want you to run as fast as you can, 10 yards, and stop on the hash, and we're going to throw right there. I mean, how hard is it for them to tell you what route to run?
I don't know. All I know is Johnny Mingo's had a playbook for the last 2 years and couldn't run routes.
Well, I'm just saying, every other
team got a new one. He ain't doing it.
Did I see Mike Williams catch a touchdown from Russell in that offense?
Mike Williams has a history of actually knowing how to play football. Johnny Mingo, not so much.
Other guys get traded and play and score.
All right, we'll talk about what happened in the rest of the league on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Talk to college, too.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Real estate is out of control. Between guaranteed offer programs and new laws about agent commissions, it's gotten so confusing. Know what's not confusing? Paying someone a low, flat fee to sell your house. And that's where Listing Spark comes in. Listing Spark is Texas' flat fee real estate company. Flat fee selling is sweeping the nation because it's faster and it keeps more money in your pocket. In fact, professional real estate investors have known about it for years. With Listing Spark, you don't have to pay hefty agent commissions, and you don't have to leave money on the table. If you have a house worth $400,000, you actually sell it for $400,000 without paying $24,000 in agent commissions. And get this, if you get started today with Listing Spark, you can list with a local brokerage for as low as $395. Contact Listing Spark today to find out how much your home is worth for free. See, it's simple. Call 800-MLS-LIST or go to listingspark.com. That's listingspark.com. Listing Spark. Thousands of Texan homeowners agree. Selling's better with a low flat fee.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyer4us.com.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arosty.
At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hey, James Pledger. The NBA is finally back. Play Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's super simple to get started. First, download DraftKings Pick 6 app. Then, select 2 or more players, like Wemby and CP3, and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, and more. And for all first-time Pick 6 players, check this out. New customers play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use promo code KTFM. That's code KTFM for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18, plus age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus award as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon. Available at H-E-B.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with this closure on the far east side of town. I-10 westbound shut down Zool Road to Trainer Hale. 18-wheeler accident, several other vehicles. Traffic still being diverted onto the frontage road. So about a 10-12 minute delay for now. 35 southbound, the off-ramp to 1604. That is a disabled vehicle. Right lane of the off-ramp is blocked. A stall at 35 southbound Frostbank Center Drive, left lane, and 35 southbound Broadway, disabled vehicle blocking the median. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys lost 34-6 to the Philadelphia Eagles, but the sun was in their eyes. They went 17 of 29 for 49 yards passing. The Houston Texans blew a second half after a nice first half, losing 26-23 on a last-second field goal. The University of Texas is now number 3 in the AP poll after winning 49-17 over the University of Florida. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, Cowboys weren't the only team playing yesterday. We talked a little bit about the Texans blowing their lead. But there was more going on.
Well, the noon games were fantastic. The early games, you couldn't, no matter what game you landed on, it's all pretty good.
Well, the early game, the wake-up game.
Well, I don't count that.
The one we gave to the Germans.
Turned out to actually be a pretty good game.
An overtime game. Yeah. We're not sending our best.
Did you see
We're sending our worst.
The beers that they
but
had
sometimes the worst put on the best show.
Just because, it's not great quality, but it was a good game, and they did have giant beers. Those Germans know how to sell a beer.
Oh, yeah. They were huge.
Chuba Hubbard, who signed a contract extension last week, his first game post-extension, 28 carries, 153 rushing yards.
Respect, man. I like a guy.
Yeah, I like a guy who usually after guys get their money, that's when they'll, start loafing. Chuba Hubbard not loafing, not at all.
So I didn't watch any of the game. I only saw highlights. Did we see anything from Bryce that go, well, maybe?
Yeah. This was probably one of his better games. Yeah. 15 of 25, 126 yards and a touchdown, but no interceptions.
That's kind of this year's stat line. I mean, look at what Mahomes and all the other quarterbacks are doing on average, and nobody's throwing for 300 yards. That's not this year's league. So the number itself looks anemic, but that's kind of the style that quarterbacks are winning with this year.
You take that, and really for the Panthers, I think it's just don't give the ball away to the other team. Give us a chance, and he did. Meanwhile, Daniel Jones, 22 of 37, 190 yards, but 2 picks. Well, there you go. That's the difference in the game. You give the ball away a couple times, that'll do it. Then after that magical game, the New England Patriots actually blow out the Chicago Bears. I liked the Patriots this week, and I didn't know they'd win in Chicago, but it was never in doubt. Drake May is a player, and Caleb Williams stinks.
And Eberflus is done.
Caleb Williams just not good. Maybe he will be good one day, but right now, this National Football League season, he sucks.
That was unforgivable, the exhibition that they put on. The whole Bear team, that was just, what was that? Now, you just can't do that. That's sealed. If you are marginal, you're done. If you're a coach, it's over. Caleb is the only one where you go, well, I got to do everything to protect this declining asset. With every game, he's looking worse.
Caleb, in the last 3 games, has had QBRs of, and this is in descending order.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks ago, 33.8 QBR. Last week against Arizona. And by the way, these aren't good defenses.
Yeah.
Washington, Arizona, and New England. 33.8, 19.3. Yesterday, 13.6.
You're getting worse. That's the, I mean, obviously it's the opposite of what you expect, but literally from what we saw the first 4 weeks, and I know film gets out on you, obviously, and he's a rookie, but I don't put so much on his plate. I think that it is what is around him that is the problem. And he certainly isn't helping to lift anything by any stretch, but I don't expect a whole lot from him given what he's working with.
His first 4 weeks were bad, too.
Well, they were bad for a rookie, but
he had 2 games in the middle where it was like, oh, now we see what's going on. But in hindsight, that was against the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jags.
Still, I'm not done with him. I'm not putting this on him right now. This is his environment. Because I think if you put him doing Drake May stuff with Drake May's team, he's maybe not Drake May, but he's certainly better than Caleb.
Caleb Williams has real NFL receivers.
You say that, but I think it's his environment. I saw him.
Drake
physically.
May has nothing.
I saw him for 2 games do the things that made him go number 1 overall. I know that it's there, but I'm at this point I got to extricate him from everything that he's around. Now he might be an abject failure. But right now, I'm putting it all on Eberflus. You don't have declining things like that without the environment being the problem.
I'm not saying that there's not some I don't think he has a good coach. But Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Rome Odunze, you've got you know who the leading receiver was for New England yesterday? Austin Hooper. You know who the second leading receiver was? Demario Douglas. These are made-up people. These are creative players, it's.
But Caleb's not playing defense. I mean, he's in situations that are untenable for a guy without a lot of stuff around him. He is not blameless.
He's not playing defense. Their defense gave up 19 points yesterday. What quarterback in the NFL would say, "Hey, you guys hold them to 19, we're winning the game"? They've scored 3 points.
Even at. If he would have been at his best, his 33% QBR, the 3 weeks ago.
He's at his best, not at his worst.
I think that this is about play calling and things that are around him, and the whole thing is burning down. But you're gonna have to start over, but you can't throw him away.
You can't throw him away, but he sucks.
I don't think he sucks.
No, he sucks.
I think he's stuck in a situation where he, even at his best, he couldn't lift this team.
You're going to see eventually he sucks.
Do you think in 3 years he's going to be a starter?
No, I don't think he is.
Really?
I think he's going to be a bust.
I'm not out on him yet.
I just think because you know why I think that? Because we've seen in his past when things start to not go his way.
No, that's the mental aspect.
We see him
you're
mentally
right.
break.
But I haven't seen the break yet. I haven't seen him crack. I think that there's.
Boy, I think it's coming.
Well,
and if he had the start that Jaden Daniels is having, where he's winning all these games, it'd be a lot different. Coming into the league, a loser, already people like me question whether you can play. He's going to break. He's garbage. Bills 30, Colts 20. Bills go in and take care of business despite Josh Allen throwing multiple picks. First time this season he's thrown 2 in one game.
But one of them, I'm not going to give it to him.
No, but yeah, the Bills are pretty damn good.
Poor Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco. This was a disaster game for him.
He's a statue.
But I'll tell you what. Whatever you think of Joe Flacco, and he stunk yesterday.
Oh, he's better than Richardson.
He's better than Anthony Richardson.
Poor Joe Flacco, because they got no recourse. They're gonna have to roll his stiff ass back out. I mean, there's nothing. That's all they got.
But this is the second disastrous week in a row. Those first 3 games when nobody was expecting it looked pretty good, and now, yeah, you're starting to see there's a reason why Joe Flacco was on his couch.
You give him a
years
line
ago.
and you give him 4 seconds, he'll beat anybody. But
He
if he doesn't have 4
4
seconds, he can't do it.
He ain't getting 4 seconds. The Chiefs find a way again. Chiefs 16, Broncos 14. The horseshoe that is shoved so deep inside the Chiefs' backside continues to pay dividends for them as they block a game-winning field goal attempt.
I'm so glad I don't hate the Chiefs. I'm so glad that it's not like the Eagles or the Commanders that are doing this.
Do you not as a sports fan, do you not get tired of the same teams doing these things all the time? Do you get fatigued? Did you hate the Patriots?
I did after a while. I'm still at the 30,000 feet view of the Chiefs. They're still the lovable winners. I'm still not worn out yet. But if I was a Bronco or a Raider or whatever their arch rival is, this would suck balls beyond belief, because my team sucks and yours is winning on wings and prayers and hopes and all the things that you hate to see the way good teams win. They're doing it. It just sucks.
The easiest money to be made, and I said it last week, if you see the Chiefs as a more than a touchdown favorite, it's free money. The Chiefs don't win games by margin. They win by a random happenstance that turns the game at the last minute, and this is the greatest example of it. Broncos were up 14-3 in this game. Chiefs shut them out in the second half, and even when they get down for a chip shot field goal to win it, can't get the job done. Saints break their losing
Before
streak.
we leave, as a sidebar, I'm all in on Bo Nix. He might be the second best quarterback of this class.
Bo Nix pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll go third best quarterback in the class.
Rank him.
Right now, Jaden.
Yeah, without doubt.
Drake.
Okay.
And Bo.
I'll tell you what, that certainly it's Sean Payton never putting Bo Nix in a situation that's above his head.
For sure.
Certainly there's that. But inside those parameters, that kid is operating.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got a guy that fits what he wants.
Absolutely, man. I hope that Sean Payton might have cracked the code, found a way to get your average quarterback in only plus situations. Never put him in a negative situation, ever. Punt instead of a negative situation.
Sean Payton's former team breaks their losing streak, get a 2017 win over Atlanta. The NFC South is full of garbage football teams.
Did you watch any of that pathetic football game?
Didn't watch any of it. Not 1 minute.
The Cowboy game was inept, but only on, three-quarters of the whole everybody out there was inept. Even the Eagles were kind of inept. That game was as low quality as humanly possible to be called an NFL game. Nothing good happened in that game.
Bijan Robinson, 20 carries, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns in defeat.
You'd think that was a spectacular game. I'd like to see the yards after missed tackle on those. I mean, it was they gave him yards.
The 49ers, oh my gosh. I was so frustrated with this one. I bet the 49ers -6.
What should have been, man.
I mean,
you had the right number. You just have the right kicker.
3 missed field goals. The 49ers brought back their kicker who got hurt earlier in the season, Jake Moody.
Money Moody.
3 missed field goals, but he does hit. And I was like, oh, maybe they'll go to overtime and they'll win in overtime. No. Instead, he does hit the field goal that wins it right before overtime. 49ers 23-20 winners.
So Debo
in Tampa.
Debo jumped him after the third miss.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
It's rare. It is rare. I think guys usually
wait till after the game, maybe.
Yeah, there's frustration. usually, even when the kicker is really blowing it, he'll get some helmet slaps and
some rally like, hey, man, we're with you. We're still behind. No, Debo had enough. No, man, pack your bags, bro.
I don't care you're hurt. This is garbage. But not a good showing for the 49ers, even though they did get the return of Christian McCaffrey in a limited capacity.
Still had 100 total yards, didn't he? I mean, it was a lot of little dinks and dunks.
He had 6 catches for 68 yards, 13 carries, 39 yards on the ground.
So right there.
The run game for the Niners was non-existent yesterday. But they did use the dink and dunk like they normally do, and it worked out well. Steelers 28, Commanders 27.
Dude, I've had some bad takes in my life. My take on Tomlin in preseason was so terribly off.
What was your take on him?
That he was done. That the style of football that he had chosen to play with Pittsburgh had passed them by. That his choice of quarterback, their inability to kind of put together any kind of offense, relying on defense and 14-point leads and hoping you can just stretch things into that. I just didn't think it was going to work, and I'll be damned if he has cobbled together a really good, if not great, football team.
I don't think they're great.
No, they're not.
I think, dude, a great team wouldn't have lost to the Cowboys this year.
There's all of that. But, what I saw yesterday was talk about putting your offense and your quarterback in the best possible situation. I could put every piece around you, and I want you to go out and be a professional and get it done. And his guys get it done. Even if it ain't pretty and it's not extraordinary, there's something about Tomlin's teams, no matter what the talent level is, they just get things done.
One of the worst quarterbacks on the field yesterday was Sam Darnold, my boy, Wreck-It Ralph. Didn't matter. He throws 3 picks, no touchdowns, doesn't matter. Their kicker puts it through 4 times, and they get a 12-7 win over Jacksonville.
You worried?
About Minnesota?
Yeah.
No. I actually think if the fact that they won a game on the road with that kind of play,
I agree with you.
It's almost like Detroit. But it's like you had the worst possible day out of your guy, and you still won.
But I kind of, when I'm thinking about Darnold, and I know his history, I feel like I need to be walking around him with like a rally cap on. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring up the fact that you're looking like the Carolina Darnold. You're looking like you don't care about the ball, Darnold. You're looking like you're just throwing it into a crowd and expecting something good to happen. And that's the bad Darnold. That's the 3-team Darnold. That's the guy who can't get on the field. And I don't want him to get back into that mindset.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to chalk it up as just an off performance, but dude, the Vikings are 7-2 with Sam Darnold starting all season. Like, this is impressive. Chargers 27, the Will Levis led Titans 17.
Hey, man, at least they went back to the guy with the future.
That's right. What a guy he is.
17 points.
Chargers are kind of under the radar good.
They'll hit you. They'll beat you up. Now, they'll do things to beat themselves, but they'll beat you up, too.
6-3 on the season. Man, they got a good coach. Harbaugh can coach. And you got a good coach and you got a good quarterback, you're halfway there, man.
Just get a lead on them. That's until proven otherwise, just get a lead on them and see if they can come back.
And in arguably my favorite final of the day, the Cardinals 31, the Jets 6. Aaron Rodgers with a hilariously pathetic day, 151 yards passing on 35 attempts, 3 sacks, QBR 23.8.
It's so sad to watch a guy.
I love it.
Gone.
He's such a loser.
It's just gone.
Beat it.
Gone. No one wants. Well, he knows. And Aaron's not a fool.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he is a fool. He's going to lie to you. He's going to say, "Oh,
no." The more vociferous he gets, and the more he talks about darkness, is his psycho defense saying he's admitted the truth.
He'll be on McAfee talking about, "Oh, we're going to make a run."
It's so painful to see.
My cayenne pepper lemon water. He told me I was supposed to put lemon in the cayenne pepper water. I didn't put any lemon. It was just cayenne pepper. So now I've added lemon, and I think it's really going to make the difference.
There's only one person left to blame is McAfee. He's run out of people. The only thing left is McAfee and what's his name, the long-haired former linebacker,
A.J. Hawk.
A.J. Hawk, and those are the only ones left that are causing Aaron not to perform with expectations.
He's better be careful about throwing them under the bus because next year that's going to be his only job.
That goose is cooked, man. We'll see him on Jeopardy.
Yeah, he's not long for the NFL, I don't think.
But you know what? As much as I feel sorry for McCarthy, I can't feel sorry for Aaron. I kind of wish the worst on him. I don't know why. I should feel bad because it's over, and he doesn't see it. It's over.
I know why, because maybe during the preseason, Mike McCarthy was coaching his football team and not taking drug vacations. I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Well, maybe they should switch. Maybe we should have the alternate. Maybe Mike should be licking frogs and
maybe so.
Aaron's working out.
All right, when we come back, we'll hit some of the college football over the weekend, including a dominant performance for Rob's Texas Longhorns. Woo! It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
That's one ugly-ass elbow. Yeah, hey, turn around, and there's Joe. Show the people that are watching on YouTube right now.
Big night on my
25 years in TV, and you don't know how to perform in front of a camera.
Well, I've never showed my elbow on TV like that.
Glad you said elbow.
Or anything else. Look, I was young and I needed the money, all right?
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Thanksgiving season is the best. That's right, Mr. Turkey. Everyone loves this time of year. Just like Connecticut water softener customers love their Connecticut. Definitely. A Connecticut water softener is the best in the business. Yes, it does keep your feathers soft. Yes, your waddle smooth. And your wings... Nah, those things are pretty useless. A Connecticut is a much different water softener compared to the other brands. There's no computer, nothing to plug in, and it runs on kinetic energy. You said it. For a limited time, receive a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Mr. Turkey, you're pretty calm considering... You know. Well, on Thanksgiving, we eat turkey.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
You know what makes every diamond unique and special are its 4 C's. Its cut, clarity, color, and carat weight. But do you know what makes Diamonds Direct special and unique? It's our own 4 C's. The first C, concept. Diamonds Direct has revolutionized jewelry shopping by eliminating middleman markups and giving you direct access to the world's finest diamonds straight from the diamond cutters. The second C, choice. Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection of precious diamonds is unparalleled. And with over 4,000 designer settings to choose from, you are empowered to make a decision that works for your style and taste. Third C, confidence. With a nationwide price guarantee, a free lifetime warranty, our unique 100 10% diamond upgrade policy, and our no pressure, no risk environment, you have total peace of mind. And the fourth C, community. Every year we partner with local charities and nonprofits with significant donations of time, money, and jewelry to make this a better place for everyone. Diamonds Direct, as unique, as special, and as rare as every diamond in our showcase. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Week 11 of college football in the books.
You know, we've said it many times. Sometimes the flowers just kind of arrange themselves.
Mhm.
You just got to keep playing. Well, the arranging is coming into full form now.
Oh, yes. Well, some teams just keep on doing what they do. Oregon moves to 10-0. 39-18 win over Maryland. That'll get the job done.
Comfortable, easy.
I think they'll still remain number one. Ohio State, 45-0.
You know, I turned
against
that
Purdue.
game on. They were up like 17-0. And I saw Purdue make a play, like a defensive play, and I thought, oh, this team's, they're in it. They're fighting.
not.
No, that was absolutely outclassed. And I think the quarterback for Purdue, did he used to play at Texas?
I don't know.
Hudson Card?
Yeah, he did. He did play at Texas.
That's
Yeah.
Casey
Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hudson Card was at Texas.
I think
He hardly played there, but he did play there.
He's really lifted Purdue up, let me tell you.
Oh, yes. What a day for Hudson Card. Ole Miss 28, Georgia 10. And Ole Miss keeps their playoff hopes alive.
I'll tell you what.
Huge win. And really not even, I mean, that wasn't a close game. They dominated that game. And I think that's probably going to be enough to reward them with a playoff spot. I mean, that's the...
If it's eye test alone, I wouldn't want to play them.
No way.
I don't care who I am. Number one, I don't want to play Ole Miss.
And Ole Miss, because they have 2 conference losses, they're not going to play for the SEC title. So they don't have to worry about losing that game. So they're going to, I mean, assuming they win at Florida and home to Mississippi State, and Florida looks like a corpse right now. Mississippi State is the worst team in the conference. You do that job, you're 10-2. That's a playoff team.
I agree. I think, and even if they're just as good as any team in the country right now.
Yeah.
And I think that the committee is going to go a lot on eye test now that there's 2 Power 5 conferences that are one bid.
Yeah, and that's speaking of the number 4 Miami Hurricanes made the ACC a one-bid league because they lost to Georgia Tech 28-23.
Speaking of former Texas and A&M quarterbacks, Haynes King. He didn't play all of the game, but he played enough.
He didn't throw the football very many times, but that's probably for the best. But he did run really well.
Yeah,
though.
Georgia Tech did exactly what you have to do to win a game like that.
I told you before. I told you on Friday. Miami's been fool's gold. This is not. They're not that good. They are not. They are nowhere near the 4th best team in the country. And you kind of see that. But now what it does is it makes the inevitable Miami versus SMU ACC title game a playoff game.
It matters.
And the loser leaves town. Beat it.
But I will say this: even in defeat, I was very afraid of Cam Ward bringing that team back.
He's good, man.
That guy, if he's not the number 1 quarterback taken next year, I think you've made a mistake.
Ooh, I don't know. He's loose with the ball sometimes for me.
There's work to be done. I'm not saying, but as far as a guy that, if you look at this class of quarterbacks, and there's some good ones, not great ones, but there's some good ones. If you ask me, who's the guy that you want to put the ball in your hands, 3 minutes to go, in a college atmosphere, it's him.
Yeah.
It's him.
Well, a guy who they put it in his hands, he had a good day on Saturday. Quinn Ewers, 49-17, Texas beats Florida. Quinn also didn't play the full game because we saw an Arch Manning sighting. This game.
Am I wrong? And I do believe if it was in a vacuum, if he could pick the starting quarterback, it would be Arch. I just think when there's extra plays that can be played with Arch that you can't call with Ewers. You can get Arch moving. You can get around the edge. You can do some things that Ewers can't. But Ewers is so accurate right now. He's playing so well. You can't even dream of taking him off the field because, dude, he's dialed in.
I think after the UTSA game when everybody was real excited about Arch, and then he played in that ULM game and he turned the ball over a couple times, and it's like, oh, maybe he's not quite ready yet.
And he's not.
And then they put him in the Georgia game, and it was like, oh, boy. Well, this guy is – I think Sark knows he's got a guy right now that he can trust. And I'm sure – I think he'll be real excited to have Arch out there next year. But right now, I mean, Quinn is just too good. When Quinn is on, and was he on in the first half, 5 first-half touchdowns for
poetry,
Quinn Ewers.
Man. And, I mean, he's throwing to wide-open dudes. It wasn't like he had to be anything other than just accurate. But he was more than that. He's a threat, and you have to account – for him with 2 dudes in every play, even with a running play. You know he's not that weapon, but the little play fakes that he's gotten good at, he's a very skilled quarterback.
Penn State bounces back, 35-6 win hosting Washington. Washington, who played in the national title game a year ago, is now 5-5, which means and I think they'll beat UCLA next week.
They will.
But if they don't, they will be going to Oregon to try and remain bowl eligible. The wheels have kind of fallen off for this Washington. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Their only win was against a pathetic USC team. It's a bummer. I mean, it goes to show you how much a coach and a quarterback matter.
It does, and also Big Ten travel. I think a lot of that has kind of taken the gas out of a team that lost a lot of talent.
Yeah, you're right.
I did.
Mississippi State goes to Tennessee. Tennessee gets the job done 33-14. Not much to say. Tennessee's defense is good. I don't trust Nico in a game where there's a shootout.
I know.
But now, again, I talk about playoff games. Now Georgia-Tennessee becomes a playoff game. And I think that's awesome.
I don't know what to make either one of these teams. I know Tennessee just keeps winning despite. And Georgia, I don't know what that was this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. You're going to have to find a running game, number one. And you're going to have to get to the quarterback. A lot of good guys running around out there that just didn't seem to be running in the right direction.
Indiana moves to 10-0. A little closer than they've been playing, but they get a 20-15 win over Michigan. Curtis Rourke, 2 touchdowns, 206 yards. Michigan fought hard. Michigan hadn't quit. I guess that's the best thing you can say for them is they haven't quit. They're also 5-5. They need to win next week hosting Northwestern. Otherwise, they're going to play at Ohio State. And both teams that played for a national title last year are sitting at 5-5. How weird is that?
NIL. And I think we better get used to this. Tides change pretty quick.
One of their coaches left for the Chargers, one left for Alabama, and now you see what you got left.
And you got Kurt Signetti.
Oh,
the greatness that is Signetti.
Bully. I love him.
I swear he looks like my high school chemistry teacher.
BYU. Oh, BYU. They are the Kansas City Chiefs of you know what? They're not even the Chiefs because the Chiefs are good. I don't know what they are.
They don't want to be in the Big 12.
BYU 22, Utah 21. No, Utah doesn't want to be in the Big 12.
No, the AD told us as much.
Yeah.
Is it too late to back out?
BYU with another smoke and mirrors win over Utah, 22-21. Field goal with less than a minute left. Some questionable calls.
Go watch the last minute and 58 of that game. because you want to talk about everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And some of it was not Utah's fault. Some of it was. Some of it was poor reffing. Some of it was Utah. I mean, you should never lose a game. I don't care if the refs are against you the way they did. But they lost it, and the athletic director for Utah post-game hit the podium before the coaches did and let everybody know. He said this game was stolen. We got robbed.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
Those Mormon guys, those LDS guys, they take it serious.
But hey, I mean, to their credit, Utah covered the 4 points.
I mean, nobody's too mad.
They did the job
Y'all
for me.
Covered.
Notre Dame 52, Florida State 3.
Well, good news.
But don't worry, Florida State's fixed it. Just fire some coordinators.
McCarthy, you listening?
Yeah, and now I expect Florida State to turn this season around any moment now.
That's what's been holding them back. Their offensive and defensive coordinators.
Florida State was the favorite to win the ACC coming into the season. They are 1-9. 1-9. It's incredible. Alabama 42, LSU 13. This is the game that we talked about being a playoff game. Alabama, Saban, no Saban. Big game. Kalen DeBoer showed up and showed out. I don't know what to make of Nussmeier. I don't think he's that good. I think he's kind of dumb.
I do.
He's got a lot of arm, and it's almost like Will Levis. He's got the kind of physical tools that are going to make NFL guys go, ooh,
yep.
If we can turn this guy into something. But I think he's dumb. I think he's a poor decision maker. I just think he's a dope, and that's going to hold them back. Jalen Milroe, on the other hand, remember I said LSU to win this game has to prove that they can stop a running quarterback, and they couldn't do it against A&M, and that cost them. Well, Jalen Milroe, 12 carries, 185 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Is that good? Is that good? 185 yards rushing for your quarterback? Is that good? Feels like it might be good.
I want to hear from Tiger fan today, and there's some of y'all floating around out there. What do you do with Brian Kelly? What do you do? This guy cannot win the big one. Cannot. It is in his DNA. He coaches teams that forget how to play football in the fourth quarter. How many times are his teams going to collapse? I mean, he's going to give you a regular season. He's going to give you enough good wins to feel good about yourself. But that's who Brian Kelly was on Saturday. That's how Kelly coaches. I don't know how it happens continually, but this is the third time this year that leads were had, games were being played well, and collapse, man. Just collapse.
Boise 28, Nevada 21. Ashton Genty, 209 yards, 3 touchdowns. They keep on rolling.
So good in that Cowboy star.
Yeah.
He puts that star on.
And that'll fix everything for the Cowboys. The Kansas Jayhawks basketball school, they beat Iowa State 45-36. Iowa State drops to 7-2, confirming that the Big 12 is indeed a one-bid league. Pitt, I told you they were frauds. Guess what? They keep frauding it up. Virginia 24, Pitt 19 in Pitt. What a joke performance. The next 2 games, the sports betting covering gods were with me. I bet the over in the Colorado-Texas Tech game. One looking good early on. Colorado they had a middle finger touchdown at the end to put me over. 41-27 win for Coach Prime's boys.
I'll tell you what, they slash and burn wherever they go. Wherever Colorado goes, when they leave town, people hate them.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I got to give them some credit because I crapped on them last year when they weren't good. They're pretty solid this year, and now they're 7-2. I don't think they're a threat by any means, but they're a good football team. And part of it is they just got ranked. And remember last year after one win, they got put in the rankings. And it's like, what?
No, they're not getting the benefit of the doubt, but they are playing a Big 12. I mean, they're the term I want to use, I can't use, but they are the tallest short person in the room.
Fair enough. Washington State, minus 20.5. They get a 21-point win over Utah State. God bless them.
They needed it.
God bless them.
The forgotten school, the Cougars. Come on now.
Surviving in the Pac-2. Thriving in the Pac-2 even. Clemson bounces back, 24-14 win at Virginia Tech. Oh, Oklahoma's nightmare season continues. They fall to Missouri 30-23, lost as favorites. They suck. Oklahoma's they suck at football. And Army stays unbeaten, 9-0, 14-3 win at North Texas.
It wasn't easy.
Wasn't pretty. They got Bryson Daly back, 36 carries, 153 yards.
He's legitimately an NFL player. I don't know
No, he's
where
not.
you'd put him. No. Taysom Hill, that guy got NFL talent. I don't know where I would put him. What's that Cooper DeJean kid for Philly that we'll play him at quarterback, maybe some kick return, maybe he's got Taysom Hill stuff to him. I bet he could be a tight end.
He's 5'11".
There's something about it. There's something about this cat. I'm telling you, he's got NFL talent.
You know what? He's going to be a hell of a.
He's never going to be.
He's going to be a hell of a platoon leader.
Yeah, he's never going to be in the league. But I'll tell you what, there's something about that guy. He is better than everybody on the field.
He's
the
a
best
dog
guy
for sure.
on the field.
He's a dog, but he ain't playing in the NFL.
No,
he should. I'll cast my Heisman vote for him. How about that? All right, when we come back, let's talk to the losers.
He's only 5'11"?
Yeah, he's a wee lad. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. 35 southbound approaching Loop 410. That rig is in the center lane. 20-minute delay, stop and go from Judson Road. 281 southbound at Loop 410, that's a stall. It's blocking the median. I-10 westbound Dominion, disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. And we still have the closure on the far east side. I-10 westbound Zool Road to Trainer Hale. Early this morning, an accident involving an 18-wheeler. Traffic still stopped from Linney Road, a 45-minute delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. With Progressive Insurance, you can make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
At Frost, some of our services sound too good to be true. Like the largest ATM network in Texas. Early payday, so direct deposits made to personal checking accounts are available up to 2 days earlier. Having a real live banker to talk to 24/7. Or that time a Frost banker gave a San Antonio restaurant her personal debit card number after a customer's card was mistakenly declined at his business dinner. True story. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. This holiday, trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's over $1,800 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for Watch and Tablet. Over $1,800 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and Clear Skin, count me in. With Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
The most wanted beauty gifts of the season just dropped at Ulta Beauty. From exclusive kits by Sol de Janeiro, MAC, and e.l.f. to the cult favorite Hourglass holiday palettes. And let's not forget the stunning Dyson Airwrap in Strawberry Bronze. These limited editions won't last long, so don't miss out. While you're there, why not grab yourself something special too? I mean, 'tis the season, right? Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is home cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, Vic, we got our new intro ready.
We sure do.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hit it because every week at this time we talk about the losers.
You lose. You are such a loser. You're a bona fide schmuck.
Time now to find out who blew it this weekend. The losers.
You bunch of losers! Look who's back. It's the loser.
I'm going back to a better class of losers.
With AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, losers.
Look at us. We're getting so big time with all these intros and sounders. Oh, man.
Up.
Look at us. Look at us. We've become very famous. Very, very famous.
Is it possible to win and to lose at the same time?
Sure.
We're the Cowboys. Well, they lost in every possible. But his name is Jake Moody. And he won and he lost. And I'm not sure, even after the weekend he had, he won the game. I'm not sure if he doesn't get cut today, but he won the game.
Nah, but still.
That's the loser, man. If you won the game, you won the game. You should be the team hero. Meanwhile, Debo's trying to beat you up in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't win the game. Not for me. Might have won your football game. You didn't win mine.
I tell you what, I've never seen a kicker win game-winning field goal to win the game. Probably get cut today.
Yeah, no, that was an ugly one. I'll go with Mike Norvell, who, let's just fix it by firing some coordinators. I know we're 1-9. I know we just lost by 50 to Notre Dame, but it's not my fault. It's these coordinators. Like, how am I supposed to win with this? Think back to the beginning of this season. Florida State, who was the prohibitive favorite to win the ACC, and also was 25-1 to win the national title.
15-1 last year, regular season.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an awesome football team. Evidently, that quarterback mattered.
They had the same odds preseason to win the national title as Notre Dame and Penn State. And they are 1-9.
You know, it's...
Mike Norvell, like, with the exception of last year, which, don't get me wrong, you can't take away what he did last year. That was really impressive. But when you really look at Mike Norvell's tenure at Florida State, he's got a 1-9, he's got a 5-7, and he's got a 3-6. So like, he's got now more losing seasons than winning seasons at Florida State.
You know, the crazy thing is, so when you look at his career as a whole, the real abnormality, the real delta is the winning season, not the losing one. The delta in his career is the wins, the good year. That was the odd one. Everything else has been about Mike Norvell-esque since he's been at Florida State.
Mike Norvell is 32-26 since he's been at Florida State. He is 20-20, dead even in the ACC at Florida State.
That's the ACC. And, you know, books have been written, theses have been studied on how same coach, relatively the same team, can go 13-1 or go 1-13 with really not a lot of change. It is the witchcraft of coaching. That stuff that goes on above the neck that you have no control over is so fickle. Because Norvell is... This year, he's a terrible coach, but he hasn't been in the past. You know, what was and what became of that, I find absolutely fascinating, how a team can go so south so fast.
I love it, though.
That's why we love the sport.
Love
because
to see it.
You
love
look,
to see it.
Man for man, talent for talent, there's no reason they should be here. No, not at all.
No. But other than the fact that they're losers.
They are losers, just for whatever reason, no matter how they do it, whether they're tying their shoes wrong or they're running the wrong play, it just isn't working.
Where are you going next?
Chet. And I don't
Oh, poor Chet.
The large wing-shaped upper part of his ilium, known as the chicken wing of the ilium.
What is an ilium?
It's a part of his hip.
Okay.
It's the largest part of his tibia. I had to go read this. The ilium is one of the three bones that make up the hip bone or pelvis. The right iliac wing is located on the right side of the pelvis and extends to the hips and lower back. If I'm dealing with a dude that's 7'4" and still growing, and he's got this weird ilium chicken wing thing going on, oh my God, I'm a little worried. This is a weird injury for a tall dude.
Yep. Anytime you start getting lower body injuries or back injuries with big men, it ain't good.
I can't wait to talk to Garrett on Wednesday. But if I'd much rather him come up lame with a hamstring or a high ankle sprain, one that I can quantify. Like I know how to come back from that. This,
yeah, this is a bummer because Chet was playing really good ball
Really?
too. It's a bummer for the Thunder. I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams. I think at some point I get not wanting to throw out the baby with the bathwater. And they've made an investment in this guy, but I don't know. We're 10 weeks in. Show me something that says like you care or you're going to work to get better. Like there's nothing getting better. He sucks. And I get you're right. Matt Eberflus can't coach, so this can be they can hold hands in the loser line. But right now, Caleb Williams, with all his painted fingernails, and he's a loser. And historically, he is a guy who is curled up in a little ball when he starts to lose. And I don't know why this is going to be any different. I think Caleb Williams is a long-term loser.
This is a weird one because I don't know who to blame. But I'm going to blame the Cowboys Stadium interior decorator. I don't know who.
You might as well blame Jerry. He's the one deciding these things.
This curtain thing is silly. It should never be discussed. It shouldn't play a role. But let's honestly, It cost the Cowboys points yesterday. It didn't cost them the game. They were going to get beat no matter what. But this is not new. This has happened at least once a year for the last 3 years where a play that mattered. It happened, last week too? Or a play that mattered where the sun came through and it affected the home team. It's not like it's a home benefit. It's not like you get an advantage for that. It's hurting you.
They need to put that film on it that like old people have on their prescription glasses where when it's sunny outside, they turn into sunglasses. Put that on there.
I am at an absolute loss. I can't Of all the things, of all the reasons to have an incomplete pass in the end zone, it shouldn't be the sun was in your eyes when you're inside.
No, I'm with you. I'll go with Brett Venables at Oklahoma. And Eli Drinkwitz after the game said, this will be real disappointing to Bob Stoops, but OU doesn't always whoop Missouri's ass anymore. Bob Stoops quoted that OU always whoops Missouri's ass, and Brett Venables couldn't get the job done. They were favorites. They got all their offensive pieces back. Everybody was like, oh, OU's going to put it on them. No, Missouri whooped their ass. He's going to get fired. Brett Venables is going to get fired, and I think it's the right thing. You need to fire him sooner than later because you can't fall behind in the SEC. You can't let this be what you are. So I think he's a loser. They're done with him.
You know, I tried to tell Texas fans they haven't had to suffer through it. Eventually, every SEC team will. That right about now, it's like being in the ocean, man. The waves are just getting bigger, and they just keep coming, and no matter how much you try to get a breath, they just keep coming. Doesn't matter how good the team or bad the team is, it is hard, and it's bad at OU. Bad.
Cooper Rush, also a loser, by the way.
Mark Harlan. Loser, Utah. Not only did his team lose, he got fined $40,000 for calling out the Big 12.
Doc Rivers, loser. We didn't even have time to make fun of all these losers.
Losers.
Hour number 3 coming up. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we paid tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks. The unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
What's with the outfit, Nigel?
This is my hunting attire, complete with my bright red jacket, hunting horn.
Whoa, Nigel. Hunting is a little different here in Texas.
And like hunting, plumbing, heating, and air conditioner repairs are all about skill and having the right equipment.
And all our Quarter Moon technicians with a fleet of fully stocked trucks know what to do when plumbing, heat, and AC issues pop up out of nowhere. Where'd you go?
I can't get my horse down from the deer blind.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TNCLA 141074E and 16004.
This Friday night in the Alamo Dome, your UTSA Roadrunners take on rival North Texas. It's the UTSA Salute to Armed Forces and Veterans presented by USAA. Get your tickets now, and you can donate to the Tickets for Troops program to help deserving service members and veterans attend the game. It's UTSA versus North Texas this Friday night at 7 in the Alamo Dome. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football. It's more than a game. It's an experience.
The 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard is hiring both full and part-time positions with over 180 different career choices, including cyber, healthcare, communications, avionics, electronics, and more. The Texas Air National Guard offers a variety of ways you can serve. Earn education benefits that would cover tuition towards a bachelor's degree. To learn more, Google the 149th Fighter Wing. That's the 149th Fighter Wing of the Texas Air National Guard.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. You know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s. If you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be low T. The answer is simple. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Don't put it off. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. You can also be evaluated for treatment with GLP-1 weight loss medication. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
To understand what makes Diamonds Direct different, you have to understand our history. It goes back 60 years to a renowned diamond cutter overseas. From there came years of diamond cutting, manufacturing and wholesaling, supplying exquisite fine diamonds only to high-end jewelers. Then eventually the wholesalers started selling direct to the public, and that started a revolution. Today, we are a global diamond powerhouse with hundreds of thousands of customers and an impeccable reputation. But our core values are the same as always. Our diamonds are the highest quality cut by the best craftsmen. Our prices are the most compelling. Our selection is staggering. Our warranties and guarantees are rock solid. And our people are laser focused on helping you find the diamond of your dreams. So as the story unfolds, as the revolution continues, we invite you to experience a jewelry shopping experience unlike any other. Born in excellence, rooted in determination, and thriving in passion. Diamonds Direct. Showroom hours, directions, and more online at diamondsdirect.com. Proud to call Alamo City home. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. 35 southbound approaching Loop 410. That rig is in the center lane. 20-minute delay, stop and go from Judson Road. 281 southbound at Loop 410, that's a stall. It's blocking the median. I-10 westbound Dominion, disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. And we still have the closure on the far east side. I-10 westbound Zool Road to Trainer Hale. Early this morning, an accident involving an 18-wheeler. Traffic still stopped from Linney Road, a 45-minute delay. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys lost 34-6 to the Philadelphia Eagles, but the sun was in their eyes. They went 17 of 29 for 49 yards passing. The Houston Texans blew a second half after a nice first half, losing 26-23 on a last-second field goal. The University of Texas is now number 3 in the AP poll after winning 49-17 over the University of Florida. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4, and a little surprise. I'm excited about this one. Joining us now on the Buyers Barricade guest line. On, he didn't have to call today. I didn't know that he would. Action. I figured, he might be relaxing, having a Mai Tai. But I knew, once I figured, we remember we played on Friday. We knew that Coach Jeff Traylor will be back to work. Coach Traylor joins us from UTSA. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Coach, what day is it in your world?
Well, today is Monday in y'all's world, but it's Tuesday for us.
Tuesday.
So I get it. That's off for everybody. I get it. But all coaches are a little off, to say the least.
You know, I think that you guys have a unique opportunity this week, Coach, against North Texas, who is coming off a game against Army, which is one of the most unique challenges in college football. I think playing these service academy teams who run these offenses, you have to be so focused in and lock in on how to defend these things. And you guys had a week off while they were preparing for something that they haven't seen all year and won't see for the rest of the year, while you guys got to do nothing but prep for North Texas. How timely is this bye week for you guys in your mind?
Yeah, we needed it bad just because of the injury situation and just the wear and tear of the season. You know, we've had some emotional losses that have been just really, quite frankly, hard to overcome. And our kids they persevered. You know, they've hung in there. And so not just the physical part, but also the emotional part. We have a lot of ways to make some things right that we've wronged earlier in the year. And so I'm excited to see if we can continue to grow. There's a lot of different kids out there than we had originally planned, but those guys are continuing to get better. They're young, so that helps, because you hate losing your older kids. You know what I mean? Like Oscar Cardenas, Ken Robinson, Joe Evans. I can go down the line. Mekhi Hart, J.T. Clark. Those are all 5 single-digit guys that you were counting on. But those have all been freshmen and sophomores step in their place, and we're still playing good football. We just lost some heartbreakers that we can make it right. We can get this last stretch of the season correct.
Yeah. Do you still look at your freshmen like they're freshmen, or are they sophomores now? You know what I mean?
Well, they're not as confused for sure. They're playing quicker. They're playing faster. You're going into game 10, so that's a very good point. It doesn't matter how I see them or not. That's who we got, and they're out there right now. So they got to grow up quickly.
And playing well. Watching North Texas, Morris didn't have a great game. It looked like pressure got to him, a couple of interceptions. Did you see something from his performance to take away?
Well, the thing that it's hard for people to see just the naked eye is how well coached Army is and how hard they play. I mean, they give you a ton of looks. They can confuse you because they just do so much. They're, Rice, Army, Navy, Air Force, those kind of teams. They pretty much got an NFL playbook back there in the back. So a quarterback hadn't seen that. We see all those looks throughout a season. You might not see that many looks in one game. And especially they had the ability to add a coverage during the week that you might not could have worked in your prep. So Chandler's a very good quarterback. I know he'll bounce back. They're the 3rd leading passing offense in the country. They're the 3rd total offense in the country, and all that runs through him.
Well, when you see them put up 3 points when they've been, I think they're going into that last week, I think they were maybe the 2nd or 3rd highest scoring offense in the country. They're held to 3. Is there anything you can take away from that and say, okay, here's something Army did that we can do, or here's something that we can put on the play sheet this week and make work against this North Texas offense?
Well, Army plays offense. They play defense with their offense as well now. In the 3rd quarter, North Texas had the ball 3 snaps.
That's crazy.
Army had a 21-play, 96-yard drive. The total in the game, North Texas had the ball 18 minutes. Army had it 42. And if you remember, last year, Army had it 45 against us, and we had it 15. So there's just no way to duplicate that, man. I know I say this all the time when you play Army, and this conversation's kind of deviated slightly, but when you hold them to 2nd and 8, they're clapping and you're clapping. Then it's 3rd down and 4, and you're clapping and they're clapping. Then it's 4th down and 2, you're clapping and they're clapping. Then they get the 1st down by 1 inch, and we're not clapping anymore. Here we are doing it again.
That's absolutely appropriate. And how much is your running game going to matter this week? Are you going to try to keep the ball out of that offense?
We just hadn't been good at it this year. It's so frustrating. It's been very disappointing for us. We've always had that as kind of something we've held our, something we're very proud of. It's part of our triangle of toughness. And whether it's scheme or lack of physicality or whatever, and that's my job to figure it out. We've just not been real good at it. We've been very good at throwing it. We're one of the top passing teams in the country with a very young quarterback, but we've not been able to consistently hand the ball to our tailbacks and gain yards. And obviously that's been a point of contention this week during our bye week. But, usually by game 10, you kind of are who you are. And we'll keep trying it. I hope it just works better than it has been working.
I want to know how confident your team is right now after that Memphis win, because it feels like it was real easy to say, yeah, we're unbeaten at home, we've struggled on the road, but when you look at the schedule before that Memphis game, it's like, well, yeah, all your tougher games had been on the road and your weaker opponents had been at home. That changed with that Memphis win. Do you feel like that gave your guys some real confidence that, hey, when we're in our building, we're tough for anybody to beat?
It's just, if you look at the history of this program with us, anyway, these 5 seasons, I believe before this year, we were like 18-6 in one-possession ball games. And I'd like to take credit for every one of those, like I'm some kind of super genius coach. But this year in those one-possession ball games, we're like 2-3 or something like that. And those hurt. That road game to Rice, the road game to East Carolina, the road game to Tulsa. So you're probably saying, what the heck does that have to do with Memphis? Well, Memphis ended up being another one-possession ball game. We just got that one. And I think in this league, pretty much all in college football right now, every game's a one-possession ball game. The talent's just kind of been so dispersed. People are losing players they weren't counting on losing. They're picking up some guys they weren't counting on picking up. It's just kind of balancing out. We've had the injury bug get us a little more than usual this year, which has kind of affected us. But still, if you study this league, every week's a one-possession ball game.
When you talk about the one-possession ball game and, the scores that are required to separate that, watching the relationship between Carpenter and McCown grow over the year, talk about how they have kind of come together. It's a pretty good match. Those guys work well together.
It's very ironic. I taught Chris's mother at Jacksonville, and I actually coached Owen's father at Jacksonville. So that was back in the 90s. Chris has not been brought in here to be our number one receiver. He was a role player and going to be our punt returner, and he's had a fantastic career doing just that. But because of the injury situation, Chris has had to become the one or the two. And to your point, you're exactly right. He has far exceeded what we expected. He has back-to-back 100-yard receiving games. He's had huge punt returns in the game. He's ran the reverse. He's ran fly sweeps. I mean, he's carried our receiving core just because they've all been injured pretty much the whole season.
This North Texas team has been kind of a tale of 2 seasons, and part of it may be what you said about a couple weeks ago about this conference is once you get into the meat of this conference, it is a real step up. But North Texas started out 5-1. They had some early convenient scheduling, and then their last 3 games, Memphis, Tulane, Army, they're running right into the teeth of this American Conference. Where is North Texas in your mind, like in the conference hierarchy? Are they a mid-level team? Are you punching down, punching up, or is this a fair matchup for you guys?
I think all of us are the same. I really do. Now, I know you could say Memphis, Tulane, and Army are the elite of our league, but Memphis beat them by 8 points, 52-44. Tulane beat them 45-37. Army beat them 14-3, and I saw them get down to the red zone. I watched the game live 3 times and came away with no points. And I know there's just not much difference in us, man. And if you look each week, it's the very same. I mean, Rice and Memphis the other night went toe-to-toe to the very end.
Yep.
Rice beat the Navy the week before that. I mean, you can just keep finding examples of that. The whole East Carolina's hot as heck right now. They fired their coach, and now they're hot as heck. They're right in the middle of all this thing, and all those things you're thinking, man, UTSA should have won that game. Man, UTSA should have won that game. And it's the truth. That's just kind of what this league is.
As you take some time off, certainly you've had a full rehab room. Anybody going to get out and play that we can look forward to?
Yeah, I would expect to see Willie McCoy back. You remember he had his baby the weekend in Memphis. Amador will be more healthy. I would expect to see some of those corners that we lost in the Tulsa game in the second half. I would expect to see some of those guys back. I don't think we'll have everybody back. We got 12 out for the year, but of the 18 that were missing against Memphis, I would say of the 6, you got a real chance to see 3 or 4 of those kids.
Well, Coach, you guys are 2 away from bowl eligibility. This one's obviously a big one. And ironically, you have 2 home games left where you guys continue to find success. Best of luck this week, and hopefully we're talking to you before that Temple game with 1 game to go before you guys get bowl eligible.
That would be, an unbelievable job by our team if we could rally out of the hole we've gotten ourselves into.
You too,
thank
Coach.
y'all guys very much, and God bless and birds up.
There you go. That is head coach of the UTSA football team, Jeff Traylor. All guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. Nice surprise having Coach Traylor on today. I figured he'd have the week off, just be chilling.
And it's good to talk to you. I mean, you little deep breath. You beat the best team in your conference. You got two to make three to get into a bowl, one of them being Temple. I mean, it's working out as good as it possibly could, considering all the stuff that they've gone through. I mean, this has been about as miserable a year as Traylor could have expected.
I think the best team in their conference is still on the schedule.
Army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a challenge. But you know what? You win this week. I wouldn't say it to Coach Traylor, but
Temple's a walkover.
Yeah,
Let's
you
not
can
kid
say
ourselves.
everybody's the same in this league. Temple ain't the same. Temple stinks. But and he won't say that either. But Temple stinks. So you win this one, you're bowl eligible, barring some travesty. And then the Army game would just be gravy for them if they can get it. But yeah, this is a really important game for this team, and obviously they want to keep that home field, that home cooking going. So make sure you get out there to the Alamo Dome and root on those runners on Friday
night. Yeah,
Friday Night Lights, baby. You know who won't be there? Jason Minix.
He'll be busy.
Yeah, I might go.
Wonder where.
I bet you. I wonder if we could probably get a. You think we get a press pass on late notice?
I believe we could. Yes, that would.
You got that kind of sway in this town?
I think you do too.
You're a big star around here, Rob Thompson.
Let's see, we've got who's the game they got this week? I don't have
the high school game.
I was going to try and check and see who they had.
I've got it probably right here in my my little notes if I looked hard enough.
We're getting down to nut cutting time. It's playoff season.
Yeah. There you go. High school game of the week. Reagan Rattlers and the Brennan Bears. It's playoff time. Yep. First round matchup.
There we go.
Reagan Rattlers and the Brennan Bears. Starts at 7 with the pregame kickoff set for 7:30.
Edwin, did Johnson make the playoffs?
Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, duh. Excuse me.
The high school football game of the week, energized by Hill Electric, Frost Bank, and NCE General Contractors. Also brought to you in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rind, Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, TSAOG Orthopedics, and the Texas Air National Guard. We got some Gladiator 2 tickets to give away. Oh, yes. And this isn't like going to the, just any old showing. This is going to the premiere, the sneak peek before
red carpet.
Before anybody else can watch it, before the plebes get to go in and pay their dollars to go in the theater. This is, I don't want to call it a black tie event.
But it should be.
It should be. Yeah. I mean, if I were you, I would dress up like it's the Oscars.
Or a toga. One or the other.
Either one. But if you want to go, you can. If you are, let's go with caller number 5. You're going to win 2 screen passes for Tuesday, November 19th. That's next Tuesday. At the Santikos Palladium.
Wow. You'll see it 3 days before the rest of us.
But yeah, the normies don't get to watch it until November 22nd, but you can watch it on the 19th. And then what you can do is you can go on Twitter and post a spoiler.
Yeah, tell us how it ended.
Yeah, and then just be like, I don't care what you think. Block me. You can't block me anymore. Elon won't let you. You'll still see what I write. Freedom of speech, baby.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back. We'll see what's going on in the world of not sports on the other side. It's Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, for the most part in good shape. In fact, pretty much all morning due to the holiday, traffic volume's been light. We do have a stall at I-10 westbound UTSA Boulevard. It's in the right lane. And then a stall at 35 northbound Eisenhower, also taking up a right lane. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
What's up? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of '98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit IFFhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit JoeGomezLaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
GiveMeTheVin.com salutes victory. After more than 4 years of horrific fighting and the loss of millions of lives, leaders of the Allied powers and Germany signed an armistice agreement, bringing an end to World War I on this day in 1918. There's no need to go to war with a car dealer or a private buyer when it's time to sell your car. You'll always get a fast, fair offer and an easy, peaceful process from GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Guys, Underdog is the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while you're watching sports. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You think Dak is going to have higher or lower yards than his stat coming up in this game? You can make money off that opinion at Underdog. Create entries with football, basketball, mix and match. You can do it all. They've even got college sports as well. I've been playing a lot of those college props. I think there is some money to be made in those deals. This week on Underdog, I'm looking at the Spurs. I'm going Wemby to go over on his rebounds. And guys, again, every sport is available on here. It's a blast, and it just makes the games more interesting. This season, they're running a special promo or bonus almost every single day. Profit boost, discounts, free picks. They're basically a sure thing. A player has to get higher than a half a point to get the win. All new users get a free pick. Download the app, sign up with the promo code Alamo, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash immediately. That's promo code Alamo. Must be 18 or older. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's been a long time. The official Eras Tour book coming to Target on November 29th, featuring over 500 photographs from the tour, including never-before-seen performance and behind-the-scenes images. And for the first time, the Tortured Poets Department, The Anthology, with 35 tracks on CD and vinyl.
Only at Target.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies, coming off their second bye of the season, take on New Mexico State. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pregame at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
You know, I'm not often wrong, but sometimes I am wrong, and I'd like to apologize to the audience.
There's so many things wrong with that statement, but we'll let you carry it.
Neff brings up a good point, because I said caller number 5. It's not like we take phone calls on this show.
No.
So
more of us and less of you is a better thing, I think.
Yeah. Well, more of me and less of everything. That's what Vic said he wants.
More of himself or more of you?
No, more of me. Yeah, Vic's trying to cut your mic time. He's been like, that's why
that shows a fallacy in thought.
The beginning of the show, remember you couldn't talk?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, your mic was down because he wanted less of you.
That tells me that somehow Rheinagel got shut down.
That's good.
On Friday.
That's the other part of the
because they were the last.
The attack is less of Rheinagel. But Neff points out on the Brigade Bar that I did not give out the phone number.
Well, they should know it. It's ESPN.
But when we have Rob, we've got new people listening.
But it's ESPN.
The suit tells us all the time about all the new people that are coming on board. They don't know.
It's ESPN.
210-656-ESPN is our phone number going forward.
That's 3776.
But it is an oversight on my part.
Well, I'm glad they pointed it out. It's one of your many flaws.
Slight error is what I would call it.
You haven't been around your wife enough to have your flaws pointed out. You're getting arrogant.
It could be.
You need to have a wife to point out your many fails and flaws. And
I have a cat that points out my mistakes.
No, see, your cat you can win over with a little bit of fancy feast and
No, that's my mistake. It's like, hey, I haven't gotten my fancy feast. What time is it, dummy?
Once you give her that, then that's a happy animal.
All is forgiven. Yeah. Just.
What do you give your wife?
I can't say it on the air.
Because that's not it.
Let's take a look at what's going on outside the world of sports. I know you guys are saying, oh, enough sports. What else is going on? Well, you know how I call Oklahoma land thieves?
They're Texas's hat.
Well, the Texas Land Commissioner has redrawn the Texas-Oklahoma boundary in order to ensure safe water for more than 2 million Texans.
I don't think this went over well north of the Red River.
Sorry, sucks for you guys. The commissioner said, it's Dawn Buckingham. She said, as Texas Land Commissioner, it's my honor to work on behalf of all Texans and bring solutions to the table to benefit our great state. This redrawn boundary line will ensure that millions of North Texans' water comes from a secure source in Texas. So here's what happened is it was discovered in 2009 that a pump station that was required to stop operation to prohibit further introduction of zebra mussels, which is a kind of
little clam that lives underwater.
Yes. They are believed to have negative impacts due to power plants spending millions to remove them from clogged water intakes. And they're basically a pest. And it was during that pause in operation that a question arose of whether a pump station was located in Oklahoma or Texas. And if the pump was in Oklahoma, operating it could violate federal law prohibiting the interstate transport of zebra mussels. Don't want that.
No.
It was determined that that pump station that was built by Texas was inadvertently built straddling the state line.
And this was kind of some land that was owned by the Army Corps. There's been some dispute in the past. This isn't the first time Texas and Oklahoma have looked at this.
Well, they came to an agreement to correct the boundary issue and to ensure that the pump station is now located wholly in Texas. And there's safe water now going to North Texas.
We had to pay $10 million for it, though.
I'm sure
we had to kick in $10 million to the Oklahoma State treasurer just to kind of tell him to go away.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Take some coinage, and come cry to us when you can't water your crops. You Sooner sucks.
They can't grow anything in Oklahoma anyway.
It's red dirt.
All they grow is
meth,
GEDs.
Meth and GEDs and Heisman Trophy winners.
That's true. That too. Yeah, that's true. Mattel is having to apologize for a little mistake, an unfortunate error that they said, we deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. Mattel, they made some dolls for...
Are they action figures or dolls?
No, these are dolls because it's for the movie Wicked, which I guess is about the Wicked Witch.
Well, it's about Wizard of Oz before the Wicked Witch turned wicked.
Oh, so she was
It's
good
a prequel.
I've seen this. Oh, I haven't seen
You haven't
the
seen
movie,
Wicked?
obviously.
You're about to get worn out.
But it appears that even before she was Wicked, she was always green.
Always green. Well, the actress that portrays her is actually black, but now she's black and green. She's green. She was green before. Now she was a nice green. Now she's a.
Does it ever address why she's green?
Life dealt her a couple of bad hands. You know, you can't. You can only control how you react to things, and she didn't handle it very well.
Is it like the gal in Shrek?
No.
Is this like if Princess Fiona had gone rotten?
Forgive me. I've only seen the Broadway show, and when I did see it, I don't think I was awake for the second half.
Oh, the post-intermission?
Yeah,
you took a gummy at intermission and passed out in the seat?
I wish I think I could blame a gummy, maybe.
I imagine Rob's wife like elbowing him like,
oh, man.
Wake up.
I just can't do it.
We paid a lot of money for these seats.
I just can't. And I know so many people that are excited about Wicked.
Well, apparently there's a lot of kids excited about it too. And they came out with these dolls.
These little...
And the doll had a web address listed on the packaging to order more character dolls. The problem is, if you went to said website, it was an adult porno site.
You knew that was going to happen.
Mattel was made aware of a misprint on the packaging of the Mattel Wicked Collection dolls, primarily sold in the U.S., which intended to direct consumers to the official wickedmovie.com landing site.
Oh, it went to Wicked Pictures, like the Wicked porn company?
There is a porn company called Wicked. And,
we have a touchdown. We have a score.
Yep.
The Venn diagram of things overlapping. I didn't put Wicked in porn, but we should have. We should have seen this coming.
Yeah, so the web address listed on the box dolls is wicked.com instead of wickedmovie.com. When you click on the first link, I guess at least on the bright side, if you bought one of those dolls in Texas, they'd be like, hey, you need to verify that you're 18 to see this. Because as you know, pornography is not allowed in our state.
Let's see, I'm trying.
But wicked.com has been operated since 1994.
They have over 6,000 award-winning videos.
Yeah, and if you click enter, you see the preview for a trailer, I guess, for an upcoming movie called Kinsey Loves Girls 2.
Oh, Kinsey.
That's a new picture coming out.
It's one of the few sequels that's even better than the first
one. A new feature film. Yeah, Kinsey loved girls in the first one, but I mean, now she really loves them.
Really into them, further than I would have thought.
Really loves them. So, yeah, be careful if you're buying those dolls.
I'm going to need a credit card number from you real quick.
The dolls with misprinted websites have already popped up on eBay, selling between $100 and $800. The actual dolls retail for $25 to $40. So if you've got one of those porno box dolls, you might have some money on your hands there.
So the intern that made this mistake is sitting on about 10 grand worth of dolls.
That's what it looks like. And speaking of vaginas. A woman, women complain a lot about childbirth. Oh, childbirth, so painful. Wah, wah, wah. Meanwhile, it can't open a mayonnaise jar. But they're going to complain. Rob, turn it down. Turn your porno down.
The pizza guy just got there.
Mute your...
I think there's something about to happen.
But this lady may have had a real beef when it comes to the pains of childbirth. A woman in Thailand has been in extreme pain for nearly 2 decades. She gave birth 18 years ago, and she was being stitched up, sewn up like a scarecrow. They want to keep it,
Don't go there.
Okay. I want to keep it
You don't
medically fixed.
Don't go there.
Well, a nurse accidentally dropped a needle into her vagina while stitching her up after childbirth, and it's been there for the last 18 years. What? So she just thought, like, man, I just had a really rough childbirth. I'm always going to deal with this postpartum pain. Nope, she just had a needle inside her vagina for the last 18
Had there
years.
been any complaints from partners? Did they feel something out of the norm?
I don't know.
One would say.
It says a doctor apparently tried using his fingers to retrieve the misplaced needle, but could not get it. And
that's a mental picture I just didn't need to have. I'm already
think about
deeper into
this.
this than I thought I'd be.
Fearing more blood loss due to a delay in suturing, the doctor continued the procedure without taking the needle out. Like, I tried to get it once, I couldn't get it, so I said, screw it.
I was noodling around in there, couldn't get it.
This is in Thailand.
Well, I mean, that's only the very best.
A needle or an X-ray showed last year that the needle was still lodged, prompting doctors at the local hospital to send her for surgery. The procedure, however, has had to be postponed 2 to 3 times as the needle keeps moving inside of her. The woman has to visit the hospital at least 4 times a month to follow up to monitor her condition, causing her significant financial strain. Her family is so poor, so she has asked for help. Here's what I would do. Sue the doctor that left the needle inside of me.
Well,
there you go.
I don't know.
In that justice system that the Thais have put together that really handle personal injuries? Do you think there's Thai lawyers that are angry? Like
Probably.
the Thai law tiger?
She could own all that doctor's chickens.
You think there's the Thai hammer?
I'm the Thai hammer. I hammer them. Got a needle left in your vagina? I'll hammer them.
You'll have your own shack.
If you can't get it with a scalpel, I'll get it with a hammer.
We've made nearly tens of dollars for all of our clients. Last client made $850, set up for life.
I'm going to get you the rubles you deserve.
What is the Thai?
I don't know.
It's bot.
Bot?
It's a bot. How many bot is a
I'll
vagina
get you the
noodle
bots you deserve.
That's 100 bot right there. Vagina needles.
That's right.
I've got a long history of prosecuting those that leave needles in vaginas.
Very painful. Very painful. It was not immediately known when she might have surgery to remove the needle or whether she would take legal action against the hospital for medical malpractice. I'd consider that.
I don't think there's a whether. It's just a matter of when.
Mannix Tolliver is our winner. So he is he's going to...
Is that one person or two?
That's one person. That's a first name and a last name.
Which one?
Mannix
It could
Tolliver.
be Tolliver Mannix.
No, I think that would be Oliver Mannix.
What, Tolliver?
Tolliver is clearly a last name.
And Mannix isn't?
No,
Mannix is an unusual first name, but not it's not like outrageous.
Tolliver isn't?
Tolliver
I
would be
kinda
an
like Tolliver.
outrageous first name.
I would name my firstborn Tolliver.
No, you would not.
I would.
You've already had one, and you
would
didn't.
see Tolliver, and you go, is that a male or a female? What gender?
You had that
would I
chance,
assign?
and you passed.
What pronoun would I give to someone named Tolliver?
No, you had a chance to name your firstborn.
Yeah, but I didn't know Tolliver was a thing.
Well, have another kid.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, nope.
Get a dog and name
Unless
it
there's
Tolliver.
like a 21-year-old Swedish au pair that needs
oh my
some help getting her start.
Yeah. Your wife would be cool with that.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
I've always thought about working with unwed mothers.
Isn't that like Handmaid's Tale?
Something like that.
No.
I think it is kind of like that, right?
You know,
That's
she
your
reaches
job.
an age where she's no longer, not viable.
Yeah.
This is a new world. This is America.
Just to have one of them girls that's working the Thompson Ranch come on up and
I read the Bible. I don't know. I'm just saying.
There's somebody
it's a new
out-
world.
there's
Now, if the
somebody
election
in
would have
the
gone
barn.
another way, I don't know, but it went this way.
There's somebody in the barn that'll come.
Go find someone in a weird hood, a weird kind of veil.
Where's my
I don't make the rules.
No. You just follow them.
I just follow them. I mean,
sometimes you follow them. I got to tell you guys about Underdog. Guess what I got last night on my drive in from Houston?
A 5-way turn hit.
It was just 3-way.
Ah.
But it did. I get that little notification that pops up. Bing. You just won $40 on Underdog. And it's as simple as that. You know what I did to earn that $40? Nothing. Listen to the Texans game. Cheered for C.J. Stroud to have lower passing yards and Jahmyr Gibbs to go higher on his rushing yards. And then I just did lower on Anthony Davis, points, rebounds, assists. Coming back from injury, of course it was going to be lower. Those three things turned my $5 into $40. Just like that, Rob. So simple, so fun. And Underdog has every sport. I did some college football this weekend. I did some NBA. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A lot of fun. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A lot of fun. They've got the profit boosts that pump up your winnings. Just a tap. You apply the boost to eligible entries, and you can get up to a 50% boost on your dough. And they've got discounts, free picks. There's one of these promo specials basically every day. Download the app. Sign up with promo code ALAMO. Deposit now. You'll get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code ALAMO. Must be 18 plus. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
I'm on the outside.
Listen all this week to AG and Rob to win tickets to see Aaron Lewis and the State Liners in their American As It Gets tour. Coming to the Majestic Theater February 6th from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The most wanted beauty gifts of the season just dropped at Ulta Beauty. From exclusive kits by Sol de Janeiro, MAC, and e.l.f. to the cult favorite Hourglass holiday palettes. And let's not forget the stunning Dyson Airwrap in strawberry bronze. These limited editions won't last long, so don't miss out. While you're there, why not grab yourself something special too? I mean, 'tis the season, right? Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Only at Lowe's. MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP's Pro Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage, hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's get wild.
Let's get wild. Go, go, go. Oh, man. This is a fast show, Rob. Time flies when you're having fun.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, if you've had fun today.
I have. And it's only just beginning.
It's
We are being
only
celebrated
just begun.
today as veterans.
Oh, yes.
I think every veteran should go out and get a discounted something.
I'm going to go eat at Fogo de Chao by myself.
I'm sure there's a veteran that'll meet you.
Nope. None of y'all like me. None of you. You're like, oh, no, I can't find
all
my,
got better
my
offers.
ID. I got the sniffles.
Well, I wonder if I showed a picture of myself in my uniform. Would that be enough?
No. And I don't. It's probably best you guys don't go anyway. You know why? Because both of you are just
I'm gonna eat all this
hacking and a gagging, and when they come by with that big skewer of meat and Vic hacks up his lung on it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, we can't serve this anymore."
Well, I was gonna go cough on the salad bar.
Well,
ruin everybody's day.
Cough on the glass.
Right there on the artichoke hearts, right next to the sunflower seeds and the bacon bits.
And the cold
I was
beets.
gonna hawk up a good one.
Yeah, on the beets.
And the beets. Oh, man. Nothing like a good beet salad at
Oh.
Fogo. Oh, boy, that's good stuff.
Beets.
Think they have any
Gross.
cottage cheese they could put on top of that? Really top off the meal?
Beets are gross, man. No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go or not, because now we're gonna go to the Spurs game tonight.
Go see the Sac Kings.
That's right. So I better maybe I'll temper my appetite.
Well, you haven't lived until you've had a press room meal at the beautiful Frost Center. And let's see. I wonder what we'll be starting. I'm not disparaging it. Actually, there have been some good nights.
I don't know. There's some free wings to be had. I might just do wings.
Are they still providing a nice spread? It's been a while since I've been there.
Well, AJ and I went for the preseason. We got there too late, but they fed those guys. But they got like a coupon. That's right. But that was preseason, so I don't know if that applies to regular season.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Do they have Wemby burgers?
Not there. You have to go to Rupo for that.
Got it.
But I think Burger Tech has got a place.
It's really tall.
It's a very.
It's a tall burger. Or do they serve real long French fries with it?
All?
Yeah, straight from only from the longest potatoes.
Yeah, there you go.
The shoestring potatoes. All right, let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's start with the most important thing. Dallas Cowboys to make the playoffs. Yes?
Nope.
30-1.
You never say no to 30-1.
30-1.
You never say no.
Or
except if it's the Cowboys.
Or you can do this. If you want to make $100.
The hard way?
All you got to do is bet $20,000 that the Cowboys won't make the playoffs, and you'll get a crisp Ben Franklin.
Wow.
That's right.
$100.
$100. All you got to do is risk $20K.
That's it?
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Well, come on, Rob. Let's go half.
Half?
Yeah.
Well, they take my Taiwanese bot.
Maybe. I have some pesos left
Wait till
over.
you see the doctor before you start spending that kind of bot. Yeah, make sure you get your settlement before you.
Nightmare. Is it really $20K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 minus 20,000.
Wow.
Minus 20,000. There is an NFL matchup tonight between the Los Angeles Rams and the Miami Dolphins.
What could have been? This could have been something.
Well, is it not something?
Well, I mean, the Rams are still fighting for something. But, I think when the schedule came out, we were looking at this Miami Ram game, and it could be two winning teams, at least with winning records. One probably fighting off injuries, one working its way into situation. We thought Miami wasn't going to be great, but we thought they'd be better than this. And the Rams are kind of where we thought they'd be. They lost some that we thought they'd win, but they also won a few they probably shouldn't have. So
Rams are -2.5 here, which says these teams are kind of even.
See, I don't agree with that.
I think the Rams are better than the Dolphins.
Too. I think the Rams are just better. But the Tua quotient, we don't know.
Total in this game is 49.
Which seems to me a little low.
Dude, a Dolphins total, if you'd said it, the Dolphins were the favorite to have the most points scored this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were number one. Most offensive points scored. They were the number one in the odds.
Well, we don't really know what Miami is right now.
No. I just know they stink.
Yeah, well, other than that.
It makes me happy. It brings me joy in my heart. The Clippers are at the Thunder. The Thunder without Chet Holmgren. Thunder still 7-point favorites, down from 9.5. I guess there was some hope at the open that Chet was going to be able to bounce back, but no, he's going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks.
It's a testament. We'll see how deep they really are, because they are deep. They're going to miss him.
Hartenstein, who's supposed to be the replacement, he's still hurt.
Yeah, they're going to miss him, but it's not going to. This team ain't going to collapse. But we'll really see the medal that Shai Gilgeous has, because you don't have to carry him now.
Nets at the Pelicans. Nets 1.5-point favorites on the road. Total of 211 there.
The Nets on the road
are favored but that's the Pelicans without Zion.
Yeah, I'm
that
just
lets
saying.
You know.
You don't get that very often.
No. The Rockets, 13.5-point favorites. Speaking of things you don't get very often, the Rockets are 13.5-point favorites hosting the Washington Wizards.
The greatness that is Alex Sarr.
Yeah, if you want some Wizards action. The Cavs are 8-point favorites in Chicago.
Chicago's actually been playing pretty well, and that just tells you how well Cleveland's playing.
Cavs continue their world domination tour. And the Sacramento Kings, who we will go see tonight, take on the San Antonio Spurs. The Kings, 1.5-point favorites. Coming to our house? Suck it, Kings. You're going down, baby.
The Portland game, the Spurs looked like the better team the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Portland's terrible.
So is Utah, though, and the Spurs found a way to blow that one.
But at least in their weight class, they're punching appropriately. Now, this is a team that's above their weight class, but if they did what they did, if they continue to improve, I think 1.5 is about right. I do like Sacramento as a favorite here, but this is a pick-em to me.
In the world of college hoops, Ohio State, a 19-point favorite, hosting Youngstown. Missouri, 19-point favorites, hosting Eastern Washington. Rob, you said you got a good look at Rutgers. They're 16.5-point favorites tonight against St. Peter's.
East Bailey, baby.
You like what you've seen with him,
solid. Huh? That backcourt is going to win a lot of basketball games this
year. Butler lost to. So when I was in the Army, I went to school at Austin P in Clarksville, Tennessee. The Governors, and they beat Butler.
Butler can play. That's normally a good basketball
player. It's a good win for Austin P. Now Butler is 17.5-point favorite against Western Michigan. Who else is decent in action tonight? Notre Dame, 23-point favorites against Buffalo. Here's a good game. Yale is at Purdue. Purdue is a 14-point favorite here. They are the big man that took Edey's place. Mm-hmm. Now he's hurt, so they don't have any big bodies. I kind of like Yale to keep it close in this one. SMU takes on UNC Greensboro. Ponies 14-point favorites. Iowa State, who's very good, is a 28-point favorite hosting Kansas City.
That is a gigantic number.
It's massive.
That's 28 points? What's this team they're playing?
The Kansas City Roos.
The Kansas City Roos. That's kind of a backyard brawl. That's a big number for a local rivalry.
I got one college basketball bet in today, and it's going to be Central Michigan plus 27 at Marquette.
You like Central Michigan under 20? So do I.
Yeah,
27 is giant.
And Central Michigan, a pretty good defensive team. Now, and remember Marquette, in their first game, they almost like it was like a tie game with 5 minutes left, and then they went on like a 15-20-0 run and ended up covering. But Central Michigan, tough defense. I think they can hang around with them.
Yeah, I'd stick. Don't go that Purdue one. Purdue, that's a deep basketball team.
Yale is good, though.
They're good. They beat Northern Kentucky by 22 the other day, sitting on their hands.
Yeah, but Northern Kentucky's dreadful.
I'm just saying that's one I would be a little worried about.
All right.
I like
back
that
off.
Central Michigan's probably a better number.
And your late night get-right game, Hawaii -3.5 against Pacific. So that starts at 11. So if all your bets go wrong, you can always count on that Hawaii game to get you right.
I think there's some irony in that. Hawaii is playing Pacific, and that's not in Hawaii.
It is in Hawaii.
Pacific's not in Hawaii.
No, the game is in Hawaii.
But
Pacific's in California. Yeah,
Hawaii's in the Pacific.
Correct. California's on the Pacific.
No, but Hawaii's in it.
Yes. And the aforementioned Austin Peay, they are 3.5-point dogs at home against Tennessee Chattanooga. Now here on our, are we carrying this? No, I guess we're not carrying it on our stage. Do we carry all the Aggie basketball?
We will have some Aggie hoops this week. We won't have them until later on Friday night. We're going to have them over on KZDC taking on Ohio State.
Okay, well we probably don't need to see this one. Texas A&M a 25-point favorite tonight.
It is against our sister Lamar.
Oh, you are playing it?
You can catch them tonight. Tip at 6:30. Our pregame at 6:30. Tip at 7 on 1250 ESPN.
Well, there you have it, friends. There you have it. And that is your look at the daily lines. We got some college football coming tomorrow. Maction back in action.
What's Tuesday night without a good MAC game?
Right. It's either there's no election to watch, so what else would we do?
We can now flex Sunday games. And I know Monday's a difficult flex. I know tickets and travel and all that, but if it's a month out, can we start looking ahead?
No. Monday night, we're committed.
Rams, you're kind of like, yeah, you know.
It's okay. The Rams are fighting for a playoff spot.
No, you're right. I shouldn't be upset with this. I shouldn't, but we've had some better games.
Just enjoy the game.
I'm just lean back and enjoy it.
At least just be glad it's not the Jets. Right?
Or the Cowboys.
When it's a primetime game and it's not the Jets or the Cowboys, let's be thankful. It's November now. It's the month of thanks. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, it'd be nice if it would cool down a little. We're back tomorrow, 6 a.m. Blitz coming up at 2. Enjoy the game tonight.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
This Friday night in the Alamo Dome, your UTSA Roadrunners take on rival North Texas. It's the UTSA Salute to Armed Forces and Veterans presented by USAA. Get your tickets now, and you can donate to the Tickets for Troops program to help deserving service members and veterans attend the game. It's